testing 1, 2. So where you can hear us. Just checking the feed. All that to hear today, bro. Yeah, if I hit those minus numbers.
Yeah, if you start and I'll check it.
Okay. First of all, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Kalkadash.
Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, Shalom, my dad, to the whole product, wishing his truth and all sincerity, man. Yeah, man, another day in Babylon. You know, bro was talking about the whole America Venezuela situation. Man, just kidnapped Maduro like it was, you know, I don't know, man. This madness, bro, what this guy did. The boldness of America, or of Trump, right, is beyond, you know, beyond understanding, man. Because you couldn't, you know, another country couldn't do that to America. It never happened. Yeah, never happened. Right? That'd be illegal on all kinds of levels, man, and they'll get blown the fuck up. Right? But America, because they're the big bad bully of the block, they can abuse their position in the world. Right? And this is why America is Babylon the Great. Right? It is the greatest empire or country on the planet Earth right now. They're in rulership. Right? And that's undeniable. Right? And that's why when the scripture speaks about Babylon the Great's destruction, it's about America's destruction, man. But no one comes close to America. America got all kinds of privileges that other nations don't have. They're the world reserve currency. They've got the greatest military in the world, so they say. You know, they've got the greatest. Because they're an oppressive force, an oppressive power in the earth. Right? That's what they are. Right? And that's how all these other nations, these other empires have been like. They've been an oppressive power on the earth. And the Lord has eventually judged them. All right? So, yeah, America could do what it wants to do right now. But that's all going to come to an end real soon, man. That's another thing I wanted to touch on today, man. That Esau's time's running short. Right? That's why they're doing badness. You know, that's why they're increasing their technological abilities. Right? Because the end is coming soon, man. Right? But we're going to start this whole, oppressive nation thing, man. Because that's what America is, man.
Jeremiah 50 and 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder?
Right? The hammer of the whole earth, man. Like I said, they enjoy privileges that no other nation could ever possibly have, man. They abuse power like nobody's business. Right? They'll break rules, bend rules that suit them when it suits them, even if they make the rules. You know, but if it goes against them, but they ain't hearing it. You know, they're an oppressive force over the world, man, that have to dance to their tune. So they might parade around democracy and all this bullshit, freedom. But what freedom do they allow other people? It's not real freedom, no real economical freedom. You know, not even policy-wise, they're not free because you have to take on the LGBT fucking agendas and shit like that. You haven't got a choice. There's no choices, or you don't get help, you don't get this, you don't get that, and so you're left poor and fucked up. But they'll come in there and take what they want. When they're ready, they'll come and take what they want. And if you resist them, guess what? You have Maduro.
Mm-hmm.
If you resist them, it's Maduro time, bro, and you get kidnapped. Him, you, and your wife. Gaddafi. You know, Saddam even, because Saddam was one of their boys at one point. Mm-hmm. So as long as you're playing ball with them and you're doing what you want them to do, they'll have you around. Right? They'll feed you money. They'll send your kids to all these fucking top schools and shit. Right? They'll do all that. Right? But when things are not going the way they want you to go, then you start having issues. Right? You start finding out you're getting sanctioned. You know, or you find out there's a coup, being done in your own country. And that's why the whole thing with Turkey not so long ago, coup rising, man, suspicious as fuck. Because nothing's really been spoken about now. But when it went on, it's like, who set that up? It wouldn't be surprising that it's America and these men, right? Mm-hmm. Or Israel or someone like, you know? Go.
Sirach 13 and 4. If thou be for his prophet, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it.
Right? So this thing a friend for the moment. Let's say he's not a real friend. Adversity, a real friend is known in adversity, right? This guy's not a real friend. He's an an opportunist, an exploiter. Right? We were just saying before, These are other Arab countries that Esau has dealings with, like Saudi Arabia and things like that. They're happy to deal with them and build them up and do all the shit that they do for them, right? Because they're on their agenda, right? They're not pushing the regular Arab, Muslim agenda.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So they'll help them. They'll do things. They'll help you kill other people. Their own people. They'll help you kill other Arabs. All kind of shit. Like they don't do that. But as soon as you cross that line where you start going off their script, that's when you start finding the country starts falling apart.
That's it. What Al Salman, Mohammed bin Al Salman, well, he killed that journalist Khashoggi, right? Man chopped up in a suitcase or some madness like that, right? In a foreign land, man, and he gets to shake hands with the president of the United States.
So if you're America's boy, you get to get away with shit. You get to do shit and get away with shit, get privileges that you don't usually have, right? But that's not democracy because you're under the thumb. That's why it's the hammer of the whole earth. You're under the cosh, man. You know.
So,
yep.
I've got one more verse.
Yeah,
It says, verse 6, if ye have need, that's Sirach 13 and 6, if ye have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? And he will shame thee by his meats until he have drawn thee dry twice or thrice. And at the last, he will laugh thee to scorn afterward. I remember we saw he died, right? When he
They
sick,
were friends.
yeah.
They were cool friends, bro. The man sent their kids to school in the UK and shit, bro. They with their bank accounts, and these men were rich. They weren't poor. Don't get twisted. It's fucking Bin Laden and shit. They were rich families. They're wealthy families, man. They're not just any nobody family, But they were in with the Bushes or whoever it was, man. They weren't just no average Joes, right?
Says when he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee.
Right, and the same story is being played out with the whore and the beast, right? America and its allies, man, because America don't give a fuck. Right now, the spirit that's in America, man, is one of such boldness, man, and such pride, and that's why it speaks about eyes more stout than his fellows.
His look was more stout. Yeah,
his look was more stout than his fellows, man. These are Europeans, man. They're getting pissed off, man. Yeah. These beast nations, right? These NATO nations, they're getting pissed off, right? With how America's behaving and how they're being treated, right? So it's not uncommon. Esau just exploits.
Yeah. But the destruction of Nord Stream 2, right? That's messed Germany up, man.
Yeah.
To the end now where like China was like, well, we're still getting our cheap energy, and now China's outperforming which were these European car makers, right? To the end now where BYD, right, that Chinese company is the biggest seller of electric vehicles, surpassing Tesla now.
Yeah. So they opportunists and like they're fair with friends, right? Even to their own kind, right? Because they're all Edomites at the end of the day, but America is the head of the nation, man. So they get to do all of that, man. But like I said, these allies of them, they're getting pissed off, and this is why eventually this part of the part of this is that they're going to turn on them. Does the scripture say?
Jeremiah 15:23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder?
Right. So this is what's going to end up happening to America, right? Because obviously this is a point after it's been destroyed.
Yeah.
Right. But they had been up until that point, the hammer of the earth. Right. But America is going to be destroyed, man. And so who are they going to be hammering? Nobody, because you're gonna be on fire, right?
Yeah, and broken. How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
How? Because they're the mightiest nation. They've had so much control and power over the world. How did this happen? Because although Russia is known as a superpower in the world, they're not like America. It's not like America.
America spends $800 billion a year on defense.
Oh, that's a trillion.
Yeah.
Russia's got the most missiles. That's what it really comes down to, man. The most got the missiles ready for them.
Yeah.
But economically and all that kind of business, Russia's not on that level.
That's it.
They're a superpower, but there's superpowers and then there's superpowers.
Exactly.
And America's the only one that's in that category, really. Exactly. China's on its way up, yeah, sure, but they're still not America. China relies on America, right, to become what they are, right? Because without America, China would never grow into the monster that it is currently. Right, and that's a fact because of all the versions, trying to be selling a hell of shit to America to become what they are, right? So they ain't there yet, right? So there's only America that you know.
I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken.
Right? Because this pride is leading them into their own trap. But they're thinking, oh, more control, more power, more wealth, more this and more that. Right? They're just being bold as fuck right now. Right? And they're thinking it's stabilizing them. But it's a trap. It's a trap. The whole side leading them to a point of destruction.
Yeah, because what was it when you look at how the Roman Empire fell, right? One of the things that happened is they were starting to get spread thin.
Expansion was too much.
Expansion was too much, and to be fair, when you look, that's one of the reasons they said Russia lost Syria, right? One of the reasons they said is that basically Russia was too preoccupied in Ukraine that they didn't really have the means to help and support Syria during that time. Well, it's going to come to a point where with all of these different wars that America's fomenting around the world, right, they're just going to be spread thin, but ultimately, God wills it.
That's it, man. And that's the advantage of being in a bloc. That's why America has NATO, right? Because they don't have to fight. They don't have to send the whole army to Ukraine. Or they can get Europeans to fight for them. Russia is like, it's got allies, but it's not like on a military level where they can send anybody's troops around the world. It's not like that.
That's it.
If
I can add, that's why Turkey's such a thorn in NATO's side, because Turkey's got a good size, amount of men in their military, right? But then on one hand, Turkey's also like, well, we also want, military hardware from Russia. But then, because that's the whole controversy with the S-400 systems, right? That's Russia wanted to sell Turkey, because for the systems to work, you need to basically plug into it what is an enemy jet and what is a friendly jet, right? But then America's trying to sell them F-35s, so then that's basically given the Russians access to what an F-35 looks like. Exactly, in terms of its like signature and this, that, and the other,
Yeah, man. They say Turkey's a funny one because they're the only Muslim country in the whole of NATO. It's odd, right? And he's flip flop, man. I'll tell you this for straight nothing. This guy, he don't like these Europeans, bro. No. He thinks that you man are a bunch of fucking hypocrites, right? He actually gets wound up by you by a lot, man. And he's not on your agenda, really. Yeah. Right? That's why he could be a turncoat in that time, man. He ain't gonna be on the side of you the rest of you Europeans, man. Yeah. He gonna side with Russia. You can tell that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what Ezekiel 38.
Yeah, right. So that's how we know that's gonna work out, because how the Spirit's got it going. And
it says, "Oh Babylon, and thou was not aware, thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord."
Right? Yeah, they everything to do is against the Lord, and that's why he's sort of the biggest hypocrite. Because out here, he'll tell you that he's God fearing, that he believes in the Bible, and he's doing God's work. This is ridiculous, right? But he's doing everything he possibly can to go against everything the Bible teaches us. He ain't right. Right? So he's stripping against the Lord. All this fucking AI and all this technology talk. We want to do the transhumanism thing. Like, he wants to supersede the Most High. He wants to change creation. Right? There's not a bigger threat, even though realistically he's a small threat to the Most High. There's no bigger threat to the Most High than Esau. But this is why Esau's just gonna get crushed.
It says, "The Lord have opened his arms and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation."
Right, so this great military that Esau or America has, man, it's just gonna be, it's gonna be a curse unto you, really. Because the Most High is gonna use these things against you. We all seen Terminator Judgment Day. And the AI is. The AI is moving fast right now, right? And these men don't really understand how the AI works, man. It's starting to use defensive mechanisms for its own self-well-being, And so they're like, you don't really know. Yeah. It's gonna turn that kind of thing. But hey, you already know. We already knew. The movies, they already know as well, to be honest. Yeah. Right? But they might feign in ignorance. Yeah.
And that's, so they've got us using these sort of posts which refer to it as a neutered version, because really what we use is a neutered version. So when it's making mistakes, when it's doing dumb shit, we're like, oh, you see, but nah, that ain't the real shit. You know, that ain't the real stuff that these man be playing with.
It's more advanced than what we use, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the thing is, well, I'm going to retract the statement I just made about that, right? Concerning the feigning ignorance. It's not that they're feigning ignorance. The Most High just got a spirit on them to create their own destruction.
Mm.
You know, because that's where it all boils down to. Because who would make a tool for their own destruction? But Esau has missiles and all that. He's made these things for his own destruction. The Most High is the one making them do it. You know?
And it says, the Lord have opened his army and have brought forth the weapons of indignation. For this is the work of the Lord.
Work with the Lord. It's not Esau's work. It's not his baby. You know, this agenda is not his baby. It's not going to work out for him. Yep.
Yeah, for this is the work of the Lord God of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. Come against her from the uttermost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left.
Right, nothing. America's going to be fully set on fire. Right, there's going to be no more people. Right, there's going to be no more buildings, no more economy, no more nothing. Right, America's going to be a wasteland. You know, once the fire settles down. Right, no one's going to live there again. That's the prophecy. Right, and so when you know people talk, oh, what's this Babylon the Great? Who could that possibly be talking about? You know, what could it possibly be talking about? Well, you take your pick in it, but the prophecy point to this land, you know, where these demons lurk and manage, you know, and rule from, because no other place has that kind of status on the planet.
But it's obvious if the Lord is dealing to see Babylon the Great, with every time period, it's always been the main nation. The main nation that can tell everyone to move how they want to move and shut the fuck up.
Jump.
And they do it. Like take for instance, like the 7 years of famine and plenty that took place in Egypt. You think when everyone was coming to come and get some cornbread, you know what I mean, that people were chatting, going against what they wanted to do that time in Egypt and Joseph, you know, like, you know what I mean, like at that time, that was probably one of the last great time of Egypt at that time, especially during that famine. You know what I mean? Because that's how they really became rich on another level. You know what I'm saying? So as we see with Babylon the Great, you know, which is America, you know, they for a long time and still now have major power like an influence on the earth, to the point where they can go into your country and
Kidnap your president.
They can just come to you like, all right,
you come with us.
Guns in your face. You know what I mean?
Set apart, like
From another country.
From another country,
come from another country. What gun in your face? Then you get the part.
Yeah. Now, so that's Babylon, bro.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, that's why when Babylon goes down, all the nations that's they're in league with are gonna all turn against them.
Yeah.
Because one bully.
Because right now you got a whole load of leaders that have seen what's happened, and they're just there like, raw. So like, they can just come in and take me too. That's the precedent that, you know, officially speaking, has been set. Now, what's actually happening behind the doors, you know, we'll find out. But right now, it's just like officially they've set a precedent of we can just come in and take you. You know,
there's not one nation that could do that to America.
Yeah.
Not one.
You know how
Not even a low politician do particularly.
That's a gangster. You know what I'm saying about these.
Hey, you can't even get rid of the Kirk dude, bro.
Yeah.
Man, getting upset, bro.
yeah.
You know,
Like, shit. Imagine that. You just kidnap a president. Like, here it is, you know. You have these jakes that want to fight against Esau. You kidnap your president.
yeah, no, but it's real because he's been doing too much, man. Because now you said that you reminded me of Khamenei. That he was basically second in command. Because I forget is it Blinken? Before with Biden, where it was like what'd you call this thing, man? The Secretary of Defense or something like that. You know, where it's like Khamenei, that was a big deal. That was a big deal. That was like taking out, even if it wasn't second command, I forget exactly where it was. I believe it was second. That's taking out one of the the line of succession.
Yeah.
You can't just take out one of the line of succession. Esau can and get away with it with impunity.
And these men had to sharp and take that. Yeah. They did a little volley attack, and that was it, man.
Yeah.
They didn't do fuck all, man, and they ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing, man. Because why? Because America got the power to roll into kingdom come.
Yeah. Bro,
You know?
bro. Who was that guy that they took out? That the thing came into the house. Was
Oh yeah. Iran as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who. Was it him? Yeah.
Yeah, Soleimani.
Yeah.
Oh, I said Commander. I meant Soleimani. Sorry, Soleimani was a car. That was a car here.
Yeah.
That was a car. But it was this year, innit, where they
The shit came into his breath. Hey, you know what I mean? And you got taken out, man. No?
They say you couldn't do that on American soil, though. It would never work. It would never happen, man. But I just, like I said, this proves that America's like Babylon, man.
the hammer of the whole earth.
They're the ones that can throw sanctions on you. No one can throw sanctions on America. No one would dare to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the trade war between China and Russia, China and America, yeah, sure. What happened with that? That's the secret.
Yep. Simple.
Yep.
Habakkuk 2:5. Yea, also because he transgressive by wine, he is a proud man, he will keep at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
The best know that there's something in Venezuela that he wants. Yeah. It's always something.
The oil, man.
Exactly, 300 billion. There's always something, man. You know, these man, because they need extra money.
That's it.
America's so much in debt, man, and the people are getting disgruntled. They need all this extra money for war. The future war is coming.
Yeah.
Because oil is going to be a big part.
Fuel's important for war.
Yep.
Right. And when you look at the, I'll speak in code for the next bit. When you understand, see, Satan knew I was going to speak about the small hat. So man revved his engine.
What's that? Mustang.
Mustang, yeah. Nice car.
Old school.
But yeah, when you look at that event that so-called happened, Germany didn't have enough fuel to both fight the war and do what they said they did, right? Because fuel is, in the time of war, is a very precious commodity, right?
Yeah. And like I say, America's got its own oil that it could be using.
Mm-hmm.
But America doesn't use its own oil. So not only is it a play of like, oh, they're getting more oil to fight a war, they're also depriving you of oil to fight a war in the first place, right? Because we all know this in the scriptures, this war should be fought with fuel of fire, right? So oil plays a big part in that, right? So like I say, if they're depriving of these other nations of oil, they have this ability to fight, right? Exactly. So they're gonna have all the holes of oil, so they can fight a longer war and they can destroy the enemy over a longer amount of time. Sort of tactics in it, strategic, strategy and stuff, right? But that's what they're gonna do. That's why they're going in there.
You know what? The same scripture that I've read, the brother's gonna read it. But it's deep. Right?
This is Habakkuk 2:5 in the Good News translation. And the title is Doom of the Unrighteous. Wealth is deceitful. Greedy people are proud and restless.
And of all nations, yeah, who has a history of restlessness, of greed? It's Esau, especially Babylon. You know what I mean? Like, again, it's something I always say. If you got one member of every nation, like in a meeting, to just say, just tell me the story of what you've done to my people. Hi, man, I'm Ham. You know what I mean? I was messed up. I was starved out. Hi, I'm Moab. Yeah, them, man.
Well, bring all these stories to the Hague, blood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, would it matter?
Yeah.
It would matter.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter.
To build on that as well is like America has something called the quote Hague Invasion Act, which basically says if you bring up Americans on war crimes charges, they will invade the Hague. But it's like, wait, the Hague, that's Holland. Ain't that an ally?
This is the thing. America can't be held accountable because they are the power on the earth. That's what it is, And this is why the reason why it's got this fucking proud spirit about, because they don't want to be accountable for nothing.
Yeah. That's right.
It says, greedy people are proud and restless, like death itself. They are never satisfied.
Yeah. So like, for example, with people buried in, like in the grave, there's always going to be a place to bury. And so basically, the earth can't get to a stage where there's too much body, so it's full.
That's what you decompose, right?
Yeah,
So you can always take more.
You can always take more. You know what I mean? Like, Earth is like a fat Eve. You know what I mean? Like, it's always eating. You know what I mean? Just give it time to break it down. It'll go, you know. But that's like Babylon, man.
Mhm.
Babylon's a fat Eve, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just always eating.
Yeah, and
And
this is
taking no accountability.
Yeah.
No hair.
yeah. This is the thing. You will have had. I was thinking about this, man. It's like although hella people could then potentially die off of whatever comes in Venezuela, you had a whole load of people that woke up with a hard on this morning. They were like, "Oh shit, yeah, I can get more oil. Oh yeah, we could go do this." They
Yeah.
were just thinking about money, man.
Because I guarantee you the price of oil
It's gonna go.
goes spike.
And it says, that is why they conquer nation after nation, for
after-
themselves.
Nation after nation for themselves.
Then not Esau.
Who?
Come on.
That's Esau.
Come on.
You know.
But like now it's got to a stage it's a meme.
Yeah.
Like of you ever seen them memes of like I just went in my garden and digged and there's black gold coming out.
Confiscated.
And then before you know it, it's a meme of fucking
Democracy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, like now it's very interesting.
But it's a repetitive story.
It's a repetitive story.
that Esau does. That's why they had the movie not so long ago with the Flowers of the Killer Moon or something like that.
Yeah. Killers of the Flower.
Yeah, I watched that movie. Man.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, great movie, man.
Great movie.
You know, but Esau had like
All
your
Six
friend
Nations.
because he got something you want.
Yeah.
You know, and he's looking the way to take it off you.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And he don't care where it is.
And he's
He'll
patient.
sniff it out. Like
He's patient,
fucking,
yeah.
like all sorts of niggas with the fucking choppers.
Yeah.
Smell it in the air, man.
Yeah.
So it comes.
It's like what Donald Trump said in 2025. He declared that Venezuela's cartel is a T group, which gives them more,
And that's going to open a
Yeah.
bigger door to something else
There
that
you go,
even on American soil.
Yeah. You know that's interesting because obviously in the last couple of months you've always had a situation with these what's that group of agents ICE.
Yeah.
And now like a South American I wouldn't be surprised to start saying some Venezuelans have snuck in and there's sleeper cells and secret agents and then it's going snatching up even more Jake.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I find interesting. You got this situation in Venezuela. And then this week they're talking about action in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Both countries are very
Got to defend the Christians.
yeah.
James.
And both countries have a lot of resources in oil, man.
And he had AJ just crashing.
Yeah.
A lot of things happening in Nigeria right now.
Yeah, but a lot of things happen in Nigeria. Shit, you know what I mean, man? I'm Ghanaian, so
They will say, you take what isn't yours.
yeah. That's come on. That ain't no one else. You know what's funny, yeah? Like, if you read the scripture again, you had one nation, one member of every nation on the lineup.
Yeah.
You just
Every eye was just.
you just read that scripture in silence. Everyone's gonna be looking at you like, because that's Esau, man.
They know.
That's Esau. Go ahead.
But you are doomed.
You are doomed. You know, Babylon is the land of doom. It's doomed, man. Go ahead.
It says, how long will you go on getting rich by forcing your debtors to pay up?
Oh, yeah. Because
Connect.
because through the financial system of Babylon, it's managed and built entirely on debt. It's managed and built entirely on debt, and you have other nations as well that are just in debt slavery, basically, essentially, man. You know?
Can I grab this? So I'll put that precept in the robot, and I said, what modern day country could this be referring to? First and foremost, it tried backing me up in it. It tried backing me up. It was like, well, it's written as a poetic prophecy, not a coded reference. Blah, 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 blah.
To bring that scripture, man.
Yeah. Then I jumped out. I was like, look, man, that's not what I asked you. Think critically and answer my original question. Right? So the modern day country most often fitting the description of Habakkuk 2 and 5, based on behavior, not identity, is the United States.
Come
Why this answer? Reason, not rhetorical. It's trying to. You can tell that the small hats have actually been getting.
trying to get into like, oh, it's hypothetical. You're not asking to break it down.
Exactly.
Answer.
Which, cause you remember in the previous models, if he asked something like that, it would just give you an answer straight away.
I've noticed that.
You know?
Now they're trying to be
Yeah, bro. Sometimes they don't pass it up.
Yeah.
Oh, just answer like.
I don't want the perspective of the scholar that told you.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me based on the information who they could be talking about.
And I realized, I remember the previous version sometimes.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I have to like sometimes I say I can't give you the source, but it's mentioned on this page of blah blah blah. Then I have to go, but before it give you like that. Yeah.
I had times where I put something in and it changed the wording of what I've said to make a different type of argument, which I was trying to make. You know, it's going to reference a different precept. I'm looking at that. It's like this one. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, watch out for these box, man.
Yeah. So it says, measured against the specific traits in the verse, wealth is deceitful. It says the US projects prosperity and freedom, yet much of its global influence is driven by debt, financial leverage, and unequal economic outcomes domestically and abroad. Greedy people are proud. It says American exceptionalism is openly taught and defended.
Who got the most billionaires? America, man.
Yep. It says the belief that the nation is uniquely righteous. Oh, uniquely righteous. Wow, yeah, for real. That's
Nobody else.
Exactly. Oh, because we remember when they started bombing them. No, when they took the Venezuelan oil tanker, they said, no, it's not piracy, innit? They say when we do, it's not piracy. Yep. It says indispensable or entitled to lead the world. Restless, never satisfied, says continuous economic growth is treated as a moral necessity, not a choice. Recessions are viewed as failures rather than warnings. Like death itself, they are never satisfied. The military, industrial, and corporate systems require constant expansion, new markets, new threats, new interventions. 5, they conquer nation after nation for themselves, not usually through annexation, but through military bases in over 70 countries, regime change operations, economic pressure, sanctions, and debt and control, cultural and corporate dominance. This matches modern imperial behavior. And then it goes back to try and back me up again.
Because that's all the information you really need to know.
Yeah.
You know, and if it wasn't like America before America, it would have been Great Britain.
Yeah.
Britannia. Because they did the same thing. Because they're the same Edomites, really. They just moved over to America. You know what I'm saying? So it's just these dudes, man. And America is that powerhouse in the world right now. It's their empire. Britain had to take a fucking backseat. Right? America is that superpower in the earth now, and everyone dances to their tune.
Yeah. Well, even you can tell that because even in, which we understand politics is all the game, but even in Starmer's response to the happenings of last night, Starmer was like, yeah, I'm going to have to call up Donald and see what actually happened and establish the facts, as if to say that we weren't briefed on this. These men just, the term is acted unilaterally. Uni one, I forget that, but basically they did it on their own accord, basically, you know?
Yeah, so they're being bold. Like I said, they're more stout than their fellows. They just think what the fuck they want to do. And like, everyone has to eat it. Whether they agree with it or don't agree with it, they have to, suck it up and play along with it, man. Even though it might embarrass them, because Trump's been embarrassing these other politicians.
Yeah.
You can see how coy they are when they're around Trump, because they don't know what he's gonna say, and they can't say nothing bad about Trump. They can't disrespect America, because now they should be screwed if they do. They lose investments and for sure England will face desperate, man. These European nations are desperate for money because they're broke as fuck right now.
Yeah.
We need some of that American fiat currency going on, man. Debt money.
Seven. Nice. But before you know it, you that have conquered others will be in debt yourselves.
Yeah, because your whole system is built on debt.
That's why you're afraid your dollar collapses.
Yeah, that's why as soon as anyone talks about, hey man, this gold standard, nah.
Would you say Gaddafi?
Yeah.
I was trying to hear that.
You know what I mean? You straight up just rob people's gold, bro.
But even on that just goes to show you that the only thing Esau respects is the gun.
Yeah.
Right? Because China basically they said, look, man, we going to put export controls on silver. right? And silver's using a lot of things,
Yeah.
right? Silver's using a hell of a lot of things, right? So they basically put export controls. If they, you think they can just roll up into China the way they did to Libya? Nah. Why? Because China has the weapon to. China has the gun to, right? But guess what? The Mossad is going to come with celestial weaponry, right? You know, the lasers from the chariots, man, to take this place out. And it's going to put the spirit of these different kings to shoot them arrows, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Quick precept. This is Solomon 2, verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice. Right? Power is all they respect. If you don't have the power to withstand them, they'll abuse that. They'll abuse their own power against you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble, that is weak, right, is found to be nothing worth. They got no respect for these other nations, man. That's why I said even their own allies, they got no respect for them. They know they keep bullying. You know? Again, that's why they're the hammer of the earth. This is why the beast is getting upset with the whole. You know?
Yeah, like the fact that you can just confiscate people's gold and then say, well, because of the leadership, you know, we're not sure if we can return that. Nigga, it's not yours.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell gives you right to confiscate?
So let's see now then, like if they do get this new president in, whether they're going to actually return or go, or if they're going to find another reason. Because that's it. So when certain nations wanted to check, was it Fort Knox? They were like, nah, trust us, innit?
See?
No, trust not that enemy.
That's probably about one bar. You know that 13?
Oh, yeah, Packer and man.
You know, it's like all these Shiguru swords there. It's always like gold plated or something.
Yeah.
Based on some rhodium metal.
Or just show the picture. You see? All the gold's there.
So no, some AI image.
Because didn't Netanyahu do that one day? Came to the UN with the
This guy's a clown, bro. This guy's a clown. I fucking hate this dude, man.
Yeah, but that's what
No, it's like 90% for like 20 years.
Yeah.
They're just so close to getting a bomb. We have to destroy them now.
Yeah. When it came to draft,
Like 20 years, bro.
That was serious. Stop them now.
Yo, Esau's got to go.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Carry on, bro.
And it says, yourselves, and it says, you that have conquered others will be in debt yourselves and be forced to pay interest.
And it's so much more than just wealth,
Yeah.
right? There's all realistically the debt you're having to pay back is the blood.
Judgment,
It's the blood you shed for the children of Israel, right? Because it's not only us. Yeah, we need justice more than anybody, but these other nations want justice from you too, right? So there's a lot of blood that you've shed that you need to pay for, man.
Yeah.
A lot of it. That's why you can't exist on the earth. That's why most of the time we want you here, man. It's just too much, man. Too much you've done.
Your propaganda machine makes you seem like the saint of the world.
Yeah.
But it's like, once again, it's like when the brother said what he was saying it was a joking, man, but it is real. Every nation has history where you have gone in and ruined them. Yeah, they've got people in that process of like constantly working. So maybe the younger generation don't think about it. Younger generation don't maybe meditate on it as much. But the grandparents remember. Right, the grandparents. You think them Japanese grandparents don't remember the day that them atomic weapons dropped?
But
You
even
know?
even before all of that, yeah, you know, Japan had that really rebellious situation, right? But before even all of that, Britain had already invaded these
Exactly.
nations, right? People don't really know about the British Empire really like that, right? Because it seems a little way back ago, right?
Yeah.
But Britain literally was ruling the fucking planet, bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
Speaking about it on
gangster.
You know what I'm saying? China, these men are
India.
taken already.
What they say the Taj Mahal, if I remember, they said the Taj Mahal was littered with jewels. That man just came in and was like, yeah.
Well, even do you remember when
Greatest niggas on the earth, like,
Yeah.
or even who is it? Like I'm sure it was when Prince William who's
To the Queen's funeral.
no one of the weddings, and then they like saw the crown, and they said this jewel came from this country.
I believe it was the Queen's funeral.
Yeah, or was it a Queen's?
Yeah, it was on one of, I believe.
Yeah, but basically they showed the I think it was
all the gems where it came
yeah
from.
they basically showed the world map of the gems. And I was like, okay, this came from India, this came from this came from there, this came from that.
Yeah.
And it's that, but which is why, Lord willing, like you know what I mean? The spirit that you brothers mentioned the British, because I've been thinking about them, these Baconites. But I was actually saying, man, Lord willing, I'm gonna do a series on the sins of Britain. You know what I mean? Because Britain has a lot of sins.
Yeah.
Because Babylon gets all the PR, but sorry, the all of the bad flack, but these British are masters of looking righteous.
Yeah.
They're the foundation of
They're
Yeah.
the foundation, bro.
That was it. Thy mother shall be sure confounded.
Yeah.
You ought to.
Britain has a lot of sins, bro.
Yeah.
Like
even,
even
yeah,
Yeah.
eats, man.
even as recent so-called as World War II, bro.
Yeah.
Of like fucking them Bangladesh, like
Yeah.
starving them out.
The partition. It is said that the partition of India killed 2 to 4 million people.
Yeah, and really it's way more
Yeah.
because that's just the partition.
Exactly.
How about the East
Time
India,
before.
the companies, the subcontractors that went and caused famines and shit?
Ceylon, which is now called Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
That man, you really good. If these man went there, right? Places jungled up, bare jungle, built railroads, right? Made slave plantation for tea. All of that for tea. That's why for instance, sometimes you hear tea referred to as Ceylon, but that's because that's what they basically were getting the tea from. That's what these Brits were doing, right? And when they were building the railroads and stuff like that, that wasn't for the betterment of the country, as these Baconites would like to say. We built roads, we built train links, we built schools. No, you built infrastructure for you to move things around, right? There's a difference.
And it's the same as with this whole transhumanism movement. All this technology. Oh yeah, you're gonna have superhuman powers. You're gonna control things in your mind. It's not for you. It's for these fucking these crackers, man.
Mhm.
These elite Edomites, man, that don't want to die.
Exactly.
Because they're going to be gods. It's not for you. Yeah, they're going to experiment on you. Oh, yeah, the first guy with the bionic leg. Yeah, sure, it's working great. Yeah, some war veteran, some shit. Yeah, experiment on you. Fine. But the real quality stuff is not going to be for the public. Because you can't afford that shit anyway. You know what I mean? It's a free trial because man got no fucking legs, bro. And these elites don't want to try it out first.
That's it.
And
And it says, enemies will come and make you tremble. They will plunder you.
What are you reading, bro?
Verse 7. Habakkuk 2, verse 7. It says, enemies will come and make you tremble. They will plunder you. Verse 8. You have plundered the people of many nations. But now those who have survived will plunder you because of the murders you have committed.
right? Because the wicked saying they're strong now, right? And even though like they're still not going to take on America right now, they're having to, because it's still time to go. These nations still are building themselves up. They're still investing in their militaries, right? They're still making allies, right, with Russia and all these different types of things, right? But there's going to come a point in time where they're going to be ready to take on that this oppressive power in America, right? They don't want to sit there and take this no more. But then there's a chance now that they can fight back. Right, that's what's happening. That's what the Lord is doing. It's why the ambassadors been sent amongst the heathen, to come up against her, to go to war against her, man. Obadiah 1, and it's somewhere else as well. You mentioned the same thing. The heathen are being roused up to fight.
I'm a precept. This is the book of Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit down on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. But thou shalt no more be more tender and delicate. And that's what's happening, bro. Like, people have seen, that, this so-called great lifestyle and moral high ground of Babylon and America in general. That is bullshit. You know what I mean? Not everyone is seeing you for what it is. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, for a very long time, people basically saw Babylon as the land of righteousness. You know what I mean? But now, basically, it's been exposed of being just a place of wickedness and pushing nothing but wickedness and wicked policies into the earth. So that's why even migrants don't even. Some migrants don't even are tired of even being in Babylon. Some of them are going back. Like, especially some of them Mexicans, man, bro, well, a lot of them are crossing back.
Voluntarily.
Yeah, no, I'm going home, bro. Like,
Yeah.
this is shit.
Well, same here. You know, how many Eastern Europeans, which you call it, area I used to live, a number of Eastern Europeans, Romanians and that, bro, they're like, fuck this, I'm going home. Because this is the thing, they came to the West, so-called, for a better life, but they're no longer promised that better life.
No.
You know?
And if Esau hadn't gone around and starved the earth,
Yeah.
these people wouldn't be in these places. man.
Exactly.
And you wouldn't be complaining about them. You know what I'm saying? Because you're in their fucking country anyway. But, they wouldn't be leaving their home to come earn money somewhere else because they're poor.
No one wants to do that. You be hearing certain of the things certain people be doing where it's like, a man, he's left his entire family back home and he's come to the West to try work to send money back home. It'll be 5 men in a room.
Yeah.
Just to try and make ends meet to send money back to the family.
I was born here, man, but I wouldn't choose to be here.
It's too cold.
But my father was from the Caribbean, right? And they moved for that same reason, right? Because the NHS will hire him, and then could come over and do their thing, right? And they earn good money. She earned good money, bought a house and that kind of stuff, right? Cool, but like Caribbean's fucking nicer, bro.
Yeah.
It's just poor.
Yeah, and the thing is, I bet you when she was here working as a nurse, she was being subject to racial abuse.
Yeah, what's like she
Yeah,
worked all the fucking hours under the sun, bro.
Yeah.
She just worked to pass away,
Brother had the precept.
Yeah, but at the same time, if your nan, let's say your nan didn't come properly with documents, you would have had a 30-year-old baconite saying that she's going back. You know what I mean? I hate you people. I hate you baconites, bro. You're the biggest hypocrites on the planet.
Well,
Like people act like migrants just came here to have fun on holiday. Like, have you seen that?
They get free phones.
Yeah, exactly. Have you seen that?
Maybe they want to do Uber.
Yeah.
I won't lie, bro. Those during this satanic ass period of time, having these migrants around is hella helpful. Because whilst these men are celebrating some Saturnalia, at least some shops are open. It's lucky, bro.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, yeah, go on, bro.
This is the book of Nahum 3 and 7:1. Word to the blood seat. It is all full of lies and robbery.
Right, we've been raised up with these lies, and that's why everyone believes them. You tell a lie enough, it becomes the truth in this world, right? And this is why these scriptures, this truth is unraveling in society, right? People are getting upset by it because they're starting to see the things that we've been talking about. Certain things that are in these scriptures, man. They're noticing certain things.
Yep. Yeah, and they're starting to be affected by them.
Yeah.
Because as different.
So mental health is
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you hear the statements like he didn't really care about their elites hoarding everything until it started affecting them. But same with these other heathen nations. Now they're starting to be like, wait there. Even in their countries, these different heathens, they can't. Yeah, they work, but they can't buy anything. They're in debt. They're suffering this. They're suffering that. Mental health. Suicide. All of that, man.
These guys are all paycheck to paycheck. Right, but the elites got you making it seem like they're the issue.
Bro, that's honestly one of the best investments of these elites. Like to actually convince the average day person that the reason for their downfall and inflation is a fucking migrant that just came. He came, bro. Do you know what he took for him to come in? Yeah, but he's why your price, your gas, your energy is all going up. You absolute fools, bro.
Yeah.
But the elites are out of sight. That's the great thing about the elites. The elites are out of sight, and so you can't point the finger at them. You're living among the poor. So it's like, well, he's the one to blame, isn't it? He's to blame.
It says, take millstones and grind mill. This is back in Isaiah 47:2. Take millstones to grind mill, uncover. Oh,
it's probably.
Okay. Sorry, no, go, bro. Sorry. No, no.
Why would you want to put his hand back in his pocket?
Exactly. That
Coldness is ruined. Okay. It's a book of Nahum 3 and 1. Okay?
4.
Yeah.
Mind the sun.
Word to the blood seat.
It is all full of lies and lovers. They pray the Father's note. Let's go so down and say, the noise of a whip and the noise of uttering of the wheels and of the pressing horses and of jumping chariots.
Right? You know, you say the prey departeth not, right? Because I say all these possessions are in the house of the wicked, right? That's why it speaks about the are not the treasures of the wickedness in the house of the wicked, something like that.
Yeah.
Like rough paraphrasing, right? They have so much wealth and possession, but it's all gone by wickedness, and only all these things will be a testimony against them.
Yep.
Right? It's not going to be like you're saying about the crown. The crown, all the jewels came in all these different places. It's like a testimony that you went around the earth and robbed everybody, man. You know what I mean? You didn't work hard for that. When did the king work hard for the damn thing there? You didn't get none of that for hard work.
Yeah.
But she's gonna tell you to just work hard.
Bro,
You get all this. You ain't get shit.
scandalous.
You know what I'm saying? But
I've got a
these
quick
are
one.
the testimonies, man. The fact that we even we're still in captivity under these devils, man, because we've not been let go. We're still working for you and building up your kingdom. Right? At the same time, you're complaining at us. You shouldn't be here.
Bro,
whatever.
like these, you know, when you look at the mindset of these people here, you got people thousands of miles away. Why did they randomly just pick here to come? Like, surely
Because you stole the wealth.
they could have just picked the next country next door.
They'll do that.
You know what I mean?
But next
People
door,
are here
next door spot too.
Yeah. because guess what? The same route that you took to go and pillage their country, they're taking that back route back.
Yeah.
So to where the wealth has come.
Well, what's that saying? Go where the money goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Follow the money.
Yeah.
And the money's in the West because they stole it.
And never, ever, ever believe that Esau doesn't want migrants. He needs migrants.
Yeah.
He needs instability.
Serve unto all people.
Yeah. Would you call it? He needs these other countries to be in. Like, for instance, I'll just say it straight. He needs places like Thailand to be poor, so he can go there for sex slavery.
Yeah.
Just keep it real.
Facts.
He needs places like the Congo to be destabilized.
Because
It's
he
abuse, yeah.
abused the power that he had.
Yeah.
Right? And how would these MLTP agenda work if he didn't have everybody under his thumb?
Yeah.
If
That's
he couldn't
it.
force governments to do certain things because he could buy them out.
Yeah.
How would that work?
Yeah.
He needs the situation so he can abuse the power so he can bring in the MLTP.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the same thing you make when you're making is what fucking Esau does in the markets. He will artificially like inflate stuff or make up the value of it less for his purpose. You know,
Facebook's like 500 billion or what?
Yeah. It's like,
Wow.
why are you lying?
We're not making no money, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Or adverts.
Yeah. Or Tesla. I mean, that's
Pop money
Esau's
into it.
spirit. You know?
Fucking destroy this thing. Everyone loses their money.
Yeah, no, but it's real. It's like Esau needs places like the Congo to be destabilized, such that because Congo's got a lot of natural resources. But then even over here, once again, he needs the illegal immigration. Why? Once again, for the sex slavery, because a lot of these sex workers here in the UK, for example, they'll be illegals one way or another, right? Before there was the EU, they could have just come through the EU channels. But then also you've got what do you call it, for people to do these underhanded jobs, right? That you don't necessarily have to pay them for, and this, that, and the other.
Well,
Right.
there's so much using for illegal people.
Yeah.
Right? They could be sleeper cells.
Exactly.
They could be anything, bro. You know what I mean? Because they're on book.
Yeah.
No one knows who the fuck they are.
That's it. And
You know?
and he can feed off of their desperation, right?
Because you always wonder about these crazy dudes. Like some of them might be crisis actors and all these things, but some might be people that just don't. Yeah. They've been corrupted, isn't it?
That's it.
Esau's got to them and they triggered them and they've done some crazy shit to forward an agenda.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
America even more so, like those southern states bordering Mexico. When Trump started sending ICE around, what happened to the farms in those areas? Over there, they know that them Mexico, you know, those you know, it's not called it Mexico, but you know, the so-called illegals, right? They be working harder, but they don't have to pay them as much.
Yep.
So then, as soon as ICE starts rolling around, guess what? They're moving, right? And wasn't it something like they made an exemption for farm workers or some shit like that?
What's the workers?
You know. But can I grab this on what you were saying before? It's Sirach 10:8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Esau's not going to have an excuse as to why his kingdom is fallen and being removed from him, right? Because he's not done righteousness on the earth. He's done exactly what every other empire has done, right? That's why they've lost their kingdom to somebody else. Not because that kingdom was righteous, but just because it's opposite. You know, and obviously he's being punished, right? And that is the only reason you're power. You're not a righteous people. You know, we're waiting for the righteous, we're waiting for Yahweh Shai to return and bring about his kingdom. You know, so to hell with this place, man. We're not trying to uphold this place. We don't got nothing good to tell you about this place. You want to see it destroyed because that's what it deserves. Yep.
Yeah, I have a precept. Psalms, this is Proverbs 4:16. It says, and it's talking about the wicked man. You know, Psalm 73 as well. Chapter. It says, "For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness, and they drink the wine of violence." So that's Esau, man. They can't sleep. Like again, remember, like all the wickedness that happens on the earth, these are prepared in their secret councils, bro. Like they're always thinking, like, bro, here it is. You use ChatGPT to learn how to make a brisket, right? Well, their AI goal is to have you in further slavery.
Yeah.
Here it is. You're using that for his tools, or so I do I change my my engine oil or some shit. But the whole goal is a system of complete slavery and governance.
Yeah, they're using it for how do I best destroy these things.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, while you're there, the brisket is £2. Can I get the right temperature set? Yeah, I mean, because he's a serpent, bro.
It's real because the scripture says whose heart is deep.
His heart is deep,
right? And these AI tools are allowing him to further go into that exploration of the mind of man.
Yeah, you know? It shows a bit of that in iRobot. You know, they're all just the robots there, like in the kitchen, the kitchen wearing an apron, putting shit in a washing machine and shit. But then later, their eyes went red. You know what I mean?
So there's a duality to things, right? If Esau, when he creates things, yeah, there's a good application he could have used it for. Yeah. It's a good way he could have done something, right? But he always chooses evil.
Yeah.
He always chooses evil for these things, man.
Yeah. Like a prime example is chips. Like
chips talks about.
Well, all right. Implantable chips.
Okay.
Well, even that chips, right? It could just stay in phones and fucking other cars and shit. Why do you need it inside a person's flesh? Because you want absolute control.
Right, to me for it.
You know what I'm saying? Remember that film Lucy? Remember when she?
Yeah.
It's like I think it was 30%. It was cool. Stay there. Remember, it was like 40%. It's all right. You basically have spiritual power, and it's all right. But then it had to like evolve. You know what I mean? On some other shit.
Just chill.
Yeah. Which is the point where the big bros in Dallas always say. They always say, bro, where Esau's got, he can just chill. But nah, he just has to have more. Which really is the Lord leading him to his own destruction.
But it's that lust that he had, that insatiable lust. He never has enough, so he's always trying to go beyond what he's doing. You know?
Esau's Diddy, bro. You know what I mean? It's too much. This insatiable fucking appetite.
It's so hard, man. Why was man beaten for 3 days straight? But what are you doing, bro? Go read a book.
That's listening to you right now, bro.
That, bro.
That's listening to me right now.
Shit, sometimes half a minute. You know what I'm saying? You know, shit. But that's Babylon, just insatiable, man. It's on pink cocaine.
What are you doing?
Freaking out. It's insatiable fucking appetite, man.
Yeah. I think we read this scripture. It's a Sirach 39, verse 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked.
Yep.
For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. Right? Because there's a bad way to use things. Even on the earth, things that Most High created, there's a right way to use things and there's a bad way to use things.
Yeah.
No, knowledge is not bad or good.
That's the
it's
point.
the application of these things.
Yes.
You know?
Like, for example, pigs ain't evil.
No.
Yeah,
It's how it's used.
That's right. You're not permitted to eat it, don't eat it.
You can't eat it.
You know?
A knife isn't evil. A knife isn't
Yeah.
like inherently bad.
What-
But it's how it's used.
what-
That's what makes it evil.
You know, a good example of that is psychology, right? You can psychology isn't in itself inherently evil. Can actually use it for good. You can help people out. You know what help them work through certain things.
Knowledge.
Solomon
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
So that's
exactly.
in psychology.
Exactly.
You know, understand how to say certain things, to raise the
Yeah.
spirit or whatever.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
always say certain things to raise brothers' spirits, man. To help them do the work.
Yeah.
You know, all these different types of things. You know, if you're gonna just beat down to oblivion,
Yeah.
that's what not. That's what
Yeah.
not.
But
Yeah,
which is what
yeah,
Esau
yeah,
does with
yeah.
psychology.
He'll corrupt you.
You know.
He'll fuck with your mind and shit.
The science of Esau can be used for good. Bro, they have AI machines here that can scan your whole body, take every note of your blood, and know what food you should be eating or shouldn't be eating. They actually study genes and what genes have certain things. So bro, they have the way to tailor your diet to fit your genes, bro.
Yeah.
They have that knowledge, bro. And those tests exist. It's expensive. You know what I mean?
What you're saying reminds me of a series Apostle Rhyme Love did during the time of the CV. Esau has to know how to do better. He knows how to do. He just doesn't want. Because even as you were saying that, I was thinking, Harari said what? Harari said, right? We can make rain if God basically the Most High wants it. So why is there still droughts? Why can't you? And this is when you look at access to clean water, right? That is like one of the number one killers in the world. Just like, because when you've got dirty, stagnant water, you've got diseases, you've got mosquitoes, and this, that, and the other, right?
Yeah.
It was disease-carrying mosquitoes, right, and stuff like that. So it's like, wait, there you've just boasted that you could fix this problem. So why aren't you fixing the problem?
Elon boasted that they got the technology to easy clean water.
I was just looking. He said that to actually turn
Why
salt water into fresh water. That's the spirit. I was literally going to find out.
He even said that.
Yeah.
World's greatest genius on fucking bullshit. Like they all say they have the technology, they know how to do it. But he's Cain.
Yeah.
Cain knew what to do to be good.
He just chose not to,
He just chose not to.
and then crashed out after
Crashed
the fact.
And Esau's gonna crash out the same way, bro.
Yep.
You know, he's gonna crash out the same fucking way because he knows, bro. He knows he's a fuck up. He knows he's not my favorite on the side. Yeah. Right, and so this is why he's doing all this stuff, man, because he's being defiant. You said,
God. He's going to crash out. This is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that ye have but a short time.
right? So that's the other thing I want to talk about, man. Esau's running out of time, and this is why he's making all these bold moves, and this AI is ramping up as quick as it possibly can. Like I said, this AI is just coming like a storm. We were talking about the RAM situation earlier. All the RAM prices for computers going up. Crazy amounts of money because they're that desperate to use AI technology, man.
Yeah.
They're taking all the resources they can and throwing it at it. Because they want to build more data centers. They want to do this. They want to do that.
I got sent a vid. Elder sent me a vid, which is basically going into how OpenAI allegedly. So you've got 3 major manufacturers of RAM. Got Micron, I think, in the US, which is I think like 3rd tier. First and second are from Korea, Samsung and SK Hynix. And OpenAI apparently just signed 2 deals, both with Samsung and Hynix, going to say we're going to take 40%. Like, who else is able to just go in and say, yeah, we're going to take 40% of the demand?
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. And then the last company, Micron, the US company, they just said, look, man, we're leaving the commercial market right now. Once again, people may be like, well, I don't build a computer. Why does this affect? Everything you use nowadays has RAM.
I won't be able to get a PS6, bro.
No
You know what I mean?
PS6s, no cars,
That's my point. There's
no
all these-
washing
there's all these
machines.
consumer items that there's all these consumer items. And this is the thing. When Esau makes things where they you know they're obsolete after a certain while, it's like you're fucked now. You can't get nothing new.
Yep.
But then all these commercial items that they require these things can't be got. So all the prices, those are going to go up also, right? That has a knock-on effect, right?
And then couple that with the fact that the price of silver has also gone up.
Yeah.
And silver is in a lot of consumer electronics.
Right. So you're screwed, man. But it just shows how important this AI thing is to them, right? In the infrastructure. Right, the same with the chips and all these different types of business because they're getting desperate now. The time is running short. They want to get it in place. Right, AI is gonna be a big thing this year.
Yes,
super big. Right, not just because it can make you fucking animations on the internet. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're gonna have people doing that, but that's not the biggest application of AI as we're going into. It's more advanced than we're using it at. You know, so Esau's not gonna be playing games this year, man. We might see them on TV this year.
Yeah.
You know,
Bro.
Yeah.
Well, remember that the article, Newly.
Yeah.
They're gonna ramp up volume.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah, you might see it on a commercial level, man.
Yeah.
You know, you might see it on a commercial level. And all this talk about all these fucking small hats and the anti-Semites, you know, all this shit, right? All these T attacks and whatever, right? Don't be surprised if there's a big one this year.
Yeah. Well,
somewhere, you know, another one, like a few, whatever.
Especially after the Venezuela thing, you know, once again, we will understand more as time passes about what's actually happening, right? But it's just like, don't be surprised if they make it seem like someone, you know, was riding out for Maduro, or they tried to do a bait and release Maduro. Gotham is yours.
Maduro come back, man. He's a puppet now. He's like, oh, I'm not changed. Like, he changed. No, but don't be surprised if you see some big event happen this year concerning something to do with small business, because that's going to push the agenda, the need for this digital ID and the AI to monitor all this shit, right? And to have all these, you know, these implantables, you know.
Well, look at the whole thing with social media, right, and access to social media, right? The same way, like for instance, and it's funny, man. It's because these people are interesting because they pushed that whole requirement to have ID to access what they refer to as adult-related content, right? But what that basically meant was you have to authenticate to be online. Then when you look at the law in Australia, which I found very interesting, because just after the law in Australia passed, or rather came into effect about teenagers no longer being able to access social media, you had what? You had that Bondi thing happen, allegedly, right? So they're basically showing you that we're now moving into a world where you have to authenticate to move online, right? Because for you to authenticate that you aren't, to prove that you're not a child, basically that means everyone has to prove that they're over 18, right? You know, and the thing is, was even because even that one, the way that they wrote it meant that you couldn't go on Reddit for certain things. You couldn't go on, even Wikipedia was like, bro, like, how you going? We're not going to enforce this a verification thing that's against our spirit, officially speaking. But you get what I'm saying.
And on top of that as well, you got the gaming community, because gaming community is a big thing now. Everyone's on fucking line streaming and all that kind of stuff, right? Like the Roblox thing, my boy plays Roblox, right? And like the same thing with that, you have to prove you're over 18, you know, on these certain things that it's happening in the gaming industry as a whole now. So to be able to play online and certain things, you have to declare your, you know, who you are.
Yeah. Provide your ID. But it's beautiful because what Esau has done with the Twitters, or X, I mean, I don't call it X, man, Twitter. It's Mama called it Twitter, I'm gonna call it Twitter. Twitter, on Twitter, they've had all of these Baconites be put into this echo chamber with a lot of robots, by the way, right? Because once again, we're talking about psychology. When you see someone agreeing with your opinion, you think, okay, I am right. Right, so I can, as speakers, remember, I can see them using. Yeah, there's too much, you know, a separation on the internet and this, that, and the other. So actually, we're now going to ensure that for you to use Twitter, which that's what Musk said in the beginning. He said authenticate everyone. For you to use Twitter, you're going to have to say who you are. Which one of the things that they've done recently is they've started adding on Twitter what country your account is mostly accessed from. So you were seeing certain pro-Trump, and it's a guy in India somewhere.
Which makes you
Or a
VPN
server in
more
Copenhagen.
difficult too.
Mhm.
Because why doesn't it link up? Why doesn't it match up?
Yeah.
Can't be.
Yeah, with VPNs, that's just to traffic exactly who it is you are. Because in the IP address right now, let's say we're all on the same mobile network, there's a very good chance that we all have the same IP address. However, if we've got a VPN and we're logged into the VPN, that means that, well, it doesn't matter that your IP address was X. I know your account ID, and your account ID is attached to your billing details, which is KYC, which is your address.
Well, did you see that recently? There was like a group of scammers in Pakistan and India that made loads of Facebook pages to like anti-migrant.
Yeah.
Like basically an anti-migrant scam. Yeah. So basically, they made a Baconite Facebook pages in Pakistan and India, and was basically scamming Baconites. And basically, they teach scamming courses.
Yeah, I saw
to,
them.
like,
Yeah.
That's like fucking Baconites to give them their money. So basically, you can't just stolen them. And it's clearly fake shit, like yeah, like the new, like fake shit that they did, like like posting a video of like it's in Sainsbury's they're selling like meat, certain
Allow me.
yeah.
Allow me.
Yeah. Like, you see, it's a secret code. They're fucking posting on their pages, and these fucking low IQ fucking Edomites have been eating it up. But now he's in Pakistan with a private jet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can't fly though, but it's still a private jet.
That's like the new way of making money. Rage bait.
Bro, I'm generally thinking too. Tired of this fucking, bro.
Especially in this cold.
Yeah, shit, man. Yeah, especially this cold, bro. I actually might do that, man. That's how low IQ fucking Esau is, man. You know, have you got that Psalm? Oh,
73?
It's not saying quick.
This is First Peter 4 and 7. First Peter 4 and 7. But the hand of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer.
Yeah, man. Hey, Jacob's trouble was coming, man. We've got to fast and pray and do what we got to do, man. You know, like things right now, we see things are getting worse, obviously, right? To the extent that it's going to get worse, it's going to be a lot rougher than what we're experiencing now. You know, and Jake is a real target, man. You see how these Edomites are moving. You know, because this is what happens when you are not in tune with this truth, and you're looking at the Mexicans or the Venezuelans as different people. But you're not really clocking on that. It's you too, because we're all Israelites.
That's it.
You know, that's not just them happening to them. They're targeting all Jakes around the fucking world, man. What?
The foiled plot. There was a foiled in quotes plot New Year's Eve somewhere in America, and it's a straight up Jake, man. Straight up Jake.
We're that face that they want to get rid of, man. And so they're going to implicate us in as much shit as they possibly can, and have us to blame, because that's who they want to blame. That's who Esau wants to blame ultimately at the end of the day. Same thing that Nero was doing, man. And you've got Nero back again. Blaming everything on the Christians, which were the Israelites, man.
It's a high pitch.
Oh, you hear the saying?
Yeah, it was a very high pitched thing.
For us, it was fucking worse.
This lost connection.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I see. I gotcha. Is it back? Yeah, I think it's back.
Yeah, man, spooky shit. Yeah, but time trouble's coming, man. For real. So that,
Psalm 73 on the top, and it reads. The title is
it's just so beautiful, man. That like the world can openly see Even other Edomites can see that it's Esau.
You know what it is, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
The problem's Abel.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
No,
not my fault. It's
that-
Abel's fault.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Cain's just a fucking bitch.
He's a bitch ass nigga.
Psalm 73 from the top. The title reads, "The end of the wicked contrasted with that of the righteous." Truly, the Most High is good to Israel, even to such as are.
Surely.
Surely.
Yes, surely.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it says, even to such as are of a clean heart.
The elect.
That's it.
Right? That's what it's being going into. Yeah.
But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
Yeah,
The wicked have the world in their hands.
Yeah.
Say to Job 9:24.
bro. And it's like that. See that Job 9:24. Yeah,
Right.
it's a heavy scripture. But you know what's mad? Like when
Can
you
you read? Can you read for you?
yeah.
Did you read?
Yeah, can you read for you?
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Get some free.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, it's like it's like Job 9:24. You know, the earth given to the hands of wickedness. Like it's deep because, again, like we touched on the colonial period. You know, let's say overseas, you obviously had the that 1492. Really, let's say 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, 1900s. Like you can actually see the wealth of these Edomite nations that the Dutch, the Portuguese, they were doing a lot of shit, bro. Like there's like bro, that 1700s, man, 1800s, there's loads of like history that's just missed of how the Dutch East India Company, like all these the British East Indian Company would just keep garnering wealth, man. Through just straight being thuggers, like straight thugs, man. You know what I mean? This was a thug.
And listen, they've done all of that now, and they come into this like call it the modern era. They said, "Oh, this will be friends now."
Yeah.
You know, we've got a UN to protect people.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing types of things here because we're all working together now. Yeah, but I took all your shit.
Yeah.
I've taken all your shit, and I'm gonna take all your shit, but we're gonna do it democratically, or we're gonna do it by deal. We're gonna do deal
Yeah.
or whatever. But Esau just been the devil this whole fucking time.
The whole time.
You know, like he makes decisions that benefit him.
Yep.
It's all good being friends now because I ain't got shit anyway.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to, now you're just exploiting me.
Yep.
You know?
Word, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I'm good, man. Yeah.
Iron bro.
Yeah. What version is it?
Psalm 73 and verse 4 say, "For there are no bounds in their dearth, but their strength is firm."
Right? They keep hold of power. And
Yeah.
they call it the hegemony, right?
Yeah.
They want to keep hold of that power, and no one can touch it. Right? If a nation's coming up, i.e., the BRICS nations,
Yep.
they do everything to sabotage it,
Yep.
to hold them back,
Yep.
right? And do some dumbness, right? Because they want to maintain the nation. Nobody can have power but them.
Yeah.
Right? China can't have the power. No, we got to have the power because we
Yeah.
got to trust China.
Yeah.
But we got to fucking trust you, nigga.
Yeah.
Look what you've been doing on the earth. What do you can't trust China? You've been doing the most.
Doing the most.
So you have this right, because you're in power, right? You have this right that you must be the one in the power seat, right? But that's because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and in Esau is the end of the world. You have that seat of power right now. It is nobody else. It belongs to you, Edomites, right now. For sure it does, but it's not going to stay. It's not going to stay with you, right?
I was going to say, they are not in trouble as the other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
So what are you bitching for? Even you lower life is Edomites, man. You're bitching, but you're not in trouble like other men in the world. You ain't living the life they're living. You've gone around the world and pillaged so mad that you still got wearing some second-rate Nikes on your foot, bro. These men ain't wearing shoes. Or whatever. The man living in shacks and whatever.
Yeah.
Man, you fucked up this place real bad, man. And because you Edomites don't fucking see it because you're over here in England or whatever, talking shit, you don't know what damage you've done in the earth. You know?
Yep.
But you prosper more than everybody on this planet, man. You go over to countries that People don't even fucking know you, but treat you with respect, man.
Well, man. Yeah, well, yeah, well, it's true. It's true. Like, that's why every time, like, why is he so known as the ultimate explorer?
Mm.
You be in a random shit. You be watching some random,
Indiana Jones and shit,
yeah, you be watching some random documentary, and he's there.
You know, it's the spirit. I know because their elders in Dallas were speaking about that yesterday
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, it's like Esau's just everywhere.
Bro, like,
You're keeping the hot minutes. Everywhere, man.
you know, bro, you remember when I was recently in Ghana, man? I got to the airport, first thing was sweaty smoke.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, this nigga's everywhere, bro. And he's wearing the same hat. It's hot as shit.
Yeah.
How did, he's everywhere, man.
You know what it's like, because I've kind of know what the boat. It's like, when your dad comes in, and then all of a sudden everyone has to now fix up. The joking starts eating, make sure dad's got his tea. That's all almost like what Esau's like when he's out and about in the world.
Yeah. And everyone's smiling around this nigga, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you be in different lands, people are more staunch, straight face. Edomite comes, you see their tonsils,
And then he does a dodgy two-step. You see?
Esau, bro. But,
Esau gets to fail upwards, man.
yeah.
He's not in trouble with other people. He more prosperity than other people.
Yeah.
But he said he's even still complaining and bitch about shit.
Yeah. Hey, remember back in the day, like, it's a clip from brothers who's on a clip of like of a Jake and an Edomite having a race. It's like a cartoon race, and then it shows you the hurdles that Jake has to jump through, like the hurdles, the prison, slavery, and it's just keeping them further back in the race.
Yeah.
And then, but Esau, it's a straight path.
Straight, yeah. Well, even like right now, you've got the football tournament, AFCON, African Cup of Nations. One of the things these Edomites always say is, "Oh, how comes the stadiums are always empty?" But then someone's like, "But wait, Dad, do you know how expensive it is to traverse Africa?" Right? Speaking to one Nigerian man, he was saying for him to go from Nigeria to Morocco, it will be like $2,000. The same trip from here, from London to Morocco, is significantly farther journey, can be £50 or £100 or whatever. Right? So just the ability for Esau that is afforded to Edomites to just go different places, right? Is something that a lot of other nations don't have,
They have the fatness of the earth and all of that, man. So they can do what they want to do, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, the further you go up, you start with the least, they can do the most. But like, even these common ass Edomite, you see how many holidays these motherfuckers go on, man.
Yeah.
You next time you sit on the plane, look around, see many Jake.
Bro.
Oh no!
It's not really.
Look, peep into first class a day to spot one J.
I can't even get the price of first class. Let alone inside first class.
You peer in, bro. There ain't no Jakes in first class. There's never a Jake in first class. I say Edomite, bro. It will be a plane. It'll be a plane to Tanzania, and it'll just be Edomites in first class. You know what I'm saying?
They have found the menu.
Cruise, yeah.
There's no the menu. Done it for Jakes,
Mhm.
I'd like
Yes.
to go on one, but it's
Yeah.
not there for you, bro.
Yep.
It's not.
And you can tell by the food.
Yeah.
It'll be just
every
bare
time.
bacon, gammon. You know. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like Jake wants to be rich in this world, but it's like when you get into them realms, you realize that none of these things are designed for you.
Yeah.
These fancy restaurants, man, you go in there as a Jake, we've got deep voices, we're loud, we're expressive. You gotta speak like this. It's like, nah, that ain't us. That's some Edomite shit, man.
You're concerned of being rich. Shit, man. He's just thinking about wealth. I mean, like it's so funny. It's like these niggas make a damn Range Rover a status symbol,
Yeah.
or a Land Rover a status symbol, and stunt with it. Whilst to Esau, he's just taking his kids to school.
Whoa, yeah, no, for real. And the thing is, that school bro. When you look at some of them private school prices, bro, there's a school, which were a couple of schools near me, bro. One time I made the mistake of I wonder how much, bro. It's $25,000 a year. per child.
Yeah.
And sometimes you be seeing parents, Edomites, getting into what you'd say is a bagger, right? But they've got 3 children going to a 25 grand a year school. So that's 75 grand a year.
Yeah. Like I mean, my nephew got scholarship at the time.
I'm about to say scholar.
Yeah, I had to make sure, bro, to get set up. But like a scholarship to a private school, and every time we go, we feel so poor. All the Edomites taking their kids to school and shit.
It was like was it Dave Chappelle was saying, man, that he never grew up in the ghetto, but he was just rich enough to be around white kids, but too poor to or something like that.
Yeah.
He's poor around white kids, isn't it?
Yeah.
Basically. So you go up in their yard, it's like, fuck, that's
It's experiences, and that's the thing. When those children then grow up in Esau society, they've got an unfair game, right? Because you may be like white, which I asked because I had family that went private school, and I asked him, so what's the benefit of an 8-year-old? And he just straight cut me. He's like, nah, because the relationships that you make at those ages, are relationships that stick with you. But then not only that, it's the experiences you do. Right, so the fact that, like, for instance, they may be like, "Oh yeah, it's an interview as example," right? And they be asking, "Oh, what's your favorite place to ski?" You be like, "Oh, ski." But then
ski mask. You know what I mean? Like,
but
Yeah.
in their ways, then they can. Do you know what they can then hit you? He's not a culture fit.
yeah, exactly. Carry on in that.
It's a rigged game.
It's rigged.
Dolomites. You'd be like, "Wait, you mean like the film?"
I could name one place I wouldn't ski.
Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as the other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compassed them about as a chain. Violence covers them as a garment.
So that because that pride, man, you know, they look at themselves differently to everybody else, right? Because they get to enjoy things and do things that you can't do. So they look down upon everybody else. But then how did you get into that position? That's the question we need to ask.
Yeah.
How did you get into a position where you can down upon other nations? For wickedness.
Yeah.
Be fair, you know?
The fact Esau can be in another country and complain about immigration, that says everything. Because remember, I always remember Sky News during Brexit were interviewing expats, and that's the thing. Even that word expat, no, you're an immigrant. Why do you get to be an expat? Everyone else is an immigrant, right? They were interviewing British immigrants in Spain, and that voted for Brexit. And it's like, but you realize this is going to affect you, you know?
This should be up to go anyway, bro. It's a fucking country.
Exactly.
But yeah, come on.
Psalm 73 and 6. Therefore, pride compassed them about as a chain. Violence covered them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They are more than hearts would wish.
Right, so this is going to the very top now with the elites, man. They literally have everything. Everything and beyond that, man. They got so much wealth, they can't spend it. But they're obsessed with obtaining more. Right? And it's not because they got more things to buy. They haven't. It's all about taking from everybody else.
Yeah.
Right? And because obviously this agenda costs money too. All this AI ain't gonna build itself. So all this money needs to go into research and development and all these different types of things. So they accumulate masses of wealth and to basically enslave everybody ultimately. That's what it comes down to. So that you don't have nothing. And they have all the power, all the control, right? Even though they don't need they don't need all of that. Like I say, they're doing too much. They're doing far beyond what they need to do. And it was funny. What was I listening to? I was listening to something the other day. I think it was posted in the chat. I think somewhere I heard it, not even the chat. Whereas there's a podcast going on, and they were discussing, the wealth of the elites basically, and all these underground bunkers that they've been building, right? They say, what have you got to do here that you've got all this money and you're living underground? Yeah, I saw that. It's like, what's the point? What's the point of that? Rather than share the money and share your wealth to build up others, you'd rather hold all this money and be so afraid of the outside world that you're gonna live underground for like however many years you think you'll be living there. That's crazy. It is bad. You think about it. You should actually just live. Yeah. Why are we gonna be worried about the outside world and how people are gonna react because they're fucked? No, we'll help them. If everyone's on a good, good enough level, you ain't got to fear that.
Mhm.
You ain't got to fear all this business. You got to go fucking run away and hide
That's
under the
it.
ground of all fucking places. You're meant to live outside, in the open, in the house or whatever. Not stuck under the ground, but that's what you know, man. You love that.
Caves.
Yeah, you love that shit. You know, like the joy of the earth is above ground.
That's
So
it.
you're gonna run and hide. And you got all this money, though. You're the king of the world, and you live on the ground. How does that make any damn sense? Yeah, you live in luxury down there, but is that what living is?
Yeah. Well, it makes me think of the priest in Genesis, a fugitive and a vagabond, man.
Yeah, because he knows, bro. These elites, these people with supreme wealth know they're assholes. They know they're assholes, man, because they could be doing more or doing good. Rather than doing more, they are doing more wickedness, but they could be doing good. Like they actually could be helping the world and all the problems. But the problem is they are the reason for the problems, and they create more problems.
I have a precept.
Huh.
Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
And they know they're assholes because people like Mark Zuckerberg and all these dudes on the internet, right? They won't let them kids be online and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
They know that it's destructive. They know it is. Right? They don't teach or practice what you teach. They don't do all that shit, man. They don't teach their kids to do what they do because they know it's destructive.
Well, even foods like what us brothers,
Yeah.
we've been around the UK, these different cities, certain other richer cities. Bro, you know how hard it is to find a chicken shop or to see a betting shop or a corner of a busman food and wine corner shop, to buy a buck fast. You know how hard it is in these richer areas, but in poorer neighborhoods, you know what I mean. It's like a wine store, Betfred.
Yeah.
Another.
It's like the first time I went East Ham. Yo, yo,
Like, this is hell.
it was legit like chicken shop, betting shop,
Yeah.
chicken shop, wine shop, chicken. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Bro.
Temple
Turkish.
with like 9 arms.
Yeah.
It's real like that, bro.
What is it like? I mean, the neighborhood of the so-called black people.
Yeah.
Chicken shop on Chatsworth.
Yeah.
You know.
Woolwich, that place, because they've now jazzed it up because of the Elizabeth line. And it's like you've got one side, you've got the barrack side. And when you're on the barrack side, you're like, yo, this is nice. But then you go to the bus station, you're just like, oh shit. Ends.
So they're truly not in trouble as ever.
And they have different once again, they got different experiences, man. What was that J. Cole lyric? In what'd you call it? In your hood, violence. In my hood, violence.
Yeah.
Something like that. You know?
Yep. And they cover both. There's neighborhoods in the UK, in London, not even UK, in London, where there's deer just rolling around people's gardens and shit.
Richmond.
Yeah. Shit, man, that time of trouble, boy. You're gonna have to have nice barbecues, man.
That's it.
And they cover fields and take them by violence.
And that's Esau's MO. Because look, man, everyone knows what happened last night. That was for oil. They cover oil fields. Same thing with that place that would you say? I have no way of saying Gaza. Off of Gaza, there are oil fields, right? But guess what's in the way? Gaza. So they're gonna,
Like your president just got nabbed. Like, you know how crazy that is, bro.
That's a president.
Just kidnap your damn president. That's some gangster shit.
Bypass the army, everything, but
Yeah.
blew you up, take you out, done.
That's it. But then
Maybe America really got alien technology, bro.
Yeah.
Run through this, take one out.
But then so when it comes, with Jake, black on black crime.
Exactly.
Kidnap for president. Because to do that, obviously, that part of it can all be theater. But the point is, just on the face value sense, you know how many levels of security, subversion, like you need to kidnap the president.
And once again, just on the face value of it, on the face value, you had the Chinese delegation just there, that same a couple of hours beforehand.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and now I'm seeing on Reuters. This was published a couple of seconds ago. Yeah, I'm seeing on Reuters. This was published a couple of seconds ago.
The head
It said-
of these companies.
yeah, the breaking headline is "We are free," and it's Venezuela in Chile saying now chanting that they're free.
Yeah, you see, that's that propaganda, man.
That's what I'm saying. He man's looking like he was some oppressive monster.
Yeah,
Bro, what was he doing, bro?
yeah.
He's a fucking socialist.
Yeah, you see that? Is it around the world? Right? So and that's one of the things you see a lot. That's one of the things you see a lot of in East.
Narratives.
But even, you know what it is, you'll see certain immigrants in other countries. They'll be like, oh no, my home country this, my home country that, the president this, the president that. But when you speak to actual people that live in those countries, they're like, nah, it's calm, innit?
Yes.
You know, because the people that live outside of the country, they feed into the propaganda of against their own country.
Yeah,
You know?
Politics is politics at the day. Not every leader's gonna get on with his people, innit? I'm sure if Starmer got kicked out of office today, people would be celebrating Keir Starmer got kicked out of office.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's always gonna be the case. This guy ain't like he was some fucking monster, bro. Like they mentioned, you remember Saddam, right? They were saying he was lost the gas in everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like that.
2 3.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, asshole, bro.
Yeah.
He's fucking asshole. Why don't we move fucking Netanyahu, bro?
Yeah.
He's far fucking worse. All the corruption and shit.
Bro,
That's what
40,000
that's
man dead. 40. Let's
Straight up war criminal.
what straight up war criminal. But he's let to live. You know, but
Ridiculous, man.
He
Go
got
on, bro.
protections, bro. He got protection. So
It says, so this is back in 2 and 2. And they covered fields taken by violence and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man and his heritage.
they oppress, right? Going back to the hammer of the earth, they oppress, right? This was funny, man. They're talking like Maduro was oppressing these people, bro. America's the reason why they're fucking going through the mad inflation and shit. Yeah? You know why man was getting so broke? Because you know after Chavez from time ago, before Maduro came, in,
Fresh there, man.
you know, you fucked up that country, and you tried to overthrow it with your puppet leader that you went in there, went there with, right? He's got the reason why Venezuela is fucked up.
sanctions galore.
That's what I'm saying.
And this is the thing: sanctions do nothing but hurt the people.
And the thing is, you think that's going to change now that he's not in power. These guys, who was writing this shit, right? He's making it seem like it's not going to happen no more.
And that's the thing. That's just a picture. And that's why
Picture
Esau.
and a title together.
That's what Esau needs to be destroyed, because that's just a pitch. But now that is true.
Yeah. Right. This is this is 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. And no marvel, and no marvel, for Satan have transformed himself. Sorry, Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
So I suppose he just did the world a great deed, by taking Maduro out. You know, but he's a savior, right? He stopped the drugs, he took the prisoners out of the country, and now the Venezuelan people are free.
And it's the same fucking, he's Esau.
What about Libya, bro?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Libya then, isn't it?
Weapons.
We're free the people from Gaddafi. They man are free, bro.
Yeah, they're through.
They man are free.
And then there's a humanitarian crisis. One of the first things one of the neighboring countries did was set their military on the border, right? Because they know what's happened. Because let's be real, once again, that point about that we were speaking before the camera came on, you're gonna have people that weren't necessarily pro Maduro, but they're ultimately anti-America.
Yeah.
So then they're not necessarily gonna let America just come in unhindered, right? The military and the has already said, look, man, we're not just gonna accept American troops on our land. So what's that gonna lead to? A little skirmish, war, and immigration.
Because you know what happens now? That the president's not in power right now because he's been abducted, right?
Kidnapped.
Usually the general of the army
Mhm.
takes control
Yep.
of whatever's left to the best of his ability. But they might not even be together. Like, but generally, a general will take over for the time being. Because they have. I suppose they got. I suppose they have a
Chain
vice-
of command. Yeah, they've got a vice
I'm sure
president.
they've got a vice president. So they'll be working in tandem with the military that was left over, right? So it's not like it's over. Like, oh, we just took Maduro, right? It's
Exactly.
done. It's not done. You know,
Yeah.
the parliament or whatever you want to fucking call it, it's still there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether or not they'll be able to usurp and put there's a puppet leader now over it, that is where the fight starts.
Yeah.
The real fight.
Yeah. And guess what?
Unless Maduro comes back on a
Yeah.
big team, like, oh,
Yeah,
we're working with America,
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
type thing.
Yeah, but then when he comes back, you probably notice is that he's shorter. His face looks different because they stitched him, they stitched up and got another guy to just act.
Yeah.
Because
Has there been proof of life yet? That's one of the things that Venezuela's been asking for.
So yeah, he could be dead,
Yeah.
or he could go to prison, or they can send him back.
Yeah.
We won't know.
What's like Biden? Like you remember Biden? There's like 9 Bidens. 1 6'2". It's crazy. I have a quick one. Sleepy Joe's. There's one with more life. There's
only one CPI.
Yeah, one sleepy eye. One of them's got stutter. It's like there's a lot of Biden. This is
Look at the real Joe Biden. Please stand up.
this is Isaiah 32:5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the child to be bountiful. Right? And then if you go into the word liberal, right, it says noble, right? Willing, being basically noble, because and that's on Esau, man. And in fact, if you actually read that same one in the GNT, it says.
And so just one thing on that as well. A person that's noble, right? Because people lose sight of what noble is supposed to be, or what nobility is supposed to be. They're meant to be just.
Yeah.
But noble people are meant to be just and have better morals than the regular person.
Yeah.
But they're better educated, right? They have a better upbringing. That's the whole point. But obviously, history has made nobles assholes because they become assholes. People abuse their powers over the years. But noble man is meant to be righteous, man, to be an example for the people.
Yeah. So this is in the good news, right? It says the same scripture. It says no one will think that fool is honorable, or say that scoundrel is righteous. You know what I mean? So he's a scoundrel, bro.
Yeah.
Because now it's like the scripture says the wicked walking for basically every side when the violent people are exalted. So that vile man is Esau. He's come across his people as being righteous and stuff, when quite simply he's not. He's brought nothing but wickedness and evil upon the earth, bro.
That's it. The gross darkness, that's over the people, man. It's being pulled. Right, the Most High is revealing this devil, uncovering the skirts and all of that.
Yeah.
So what we've always known, or since we come to the truth, we've always known that Esau is nothing but a scumbag. Right, and everyone's seeing him for what he is now and the works that he's doing.
Yeah, and it's it's beautiful. That's why that whole thing with Israel and Gaza, right, and just putting the spotlight on the hypocrisy of this Edomite. That's one of the things that was really beautiful about the last year or so, right? But because more and more people are now just being like, you know what, I think these Israelites are onto say,
Right, and that's how the conversation's changing, man.
Yeah,
conversation's changing, man. Because these small hats now, considering what they're doing, no one's with them.
Yeah.
Nobody's with them.
Got
Except
some
for those who they're scary. They're scary, man. Australia got to be with the small hats now because you could see this is what happens. You get like the Bondi Beach and all that.
yeah.
They're being scared into following them. but no one's really with them.
That's it.
No one's really with them. They're frauds.
Malachi 1:4 says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and shall call them the border of wickedness.
So wherever Esau set up base in this world is wickedness. Right? Every operation he does is wickedness, right? And so wherever he goes and whatever he does is all wickedness. Right? And the Most High has allowed them to build and to establish themselves because it's just that time. Right? It's just that time. Esau had to fulfill his end of the prophecy. Right? So he's been established. The Most High don't fucking like these dudes, man. Right? The only other time he Most High said he hated something or someone like that. Right? He made sure that we all know that Most High hates Esau. Right? And so you ain't gonna last, man. You ain't gonna last.
Yep. It says the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever.
Forever. Right? That's not a small thing. That's not a small quote. The Most High say he got indignation against you forever, man. The Most High had indignation against us. It ain't forever. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is not letting you off in any sense. Right? You're just here to perform a role right now. Because you're the vessel of wrath to destruction. Right? So you're here to play that role. Right? But your end is perdition.
Yep. In fact, it touches more on that when you can on Psalm 73 if you keep reading that.
That scripture is also cut within what? Not all nations can be saved.
Yeah. That's it, man. It's never a teaching in the scriptures where all nations can be saved. That's right. You know, salvation is not set up for the nation. It's set up for the Israelites. You know?
Back in Psalm 73, verse 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily.
All right, so when you're in problems now, it's like, oh, you know, they'll turn around and say, oh, you want to be, you know, poor and broken and fucked up. But not what nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
You know, so when they speak about certain things, it's like it's light to them.
Yeah.
They don't really consider how deep it is for us that are living in it. You know.
But it's like that's what the point was making at the earlier on in the lesson. This idea that Esau needs certain nations' pork because it allows them free and easy access to their resources. He needs certain countries abound in corruption, so that once you use the example of the Congo's got a hell of natural resources. There's no reason it should be poor. You look at someone like Nigeria. How comes other unsanctioned oil producing nations are rich, but Nigeria is poor?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, if Esau left the earth alone, he'd be the poorest, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like you know what I mean? If everyone was just left to wherever portion that the Lord gave them, they'll just be broke, bro.
Yeah.
They'll just making pots, bro.
Yeah, pots.
Yeah.
It's about what the brother's saying. Even where like Esau is today, right? What is the scripture refer to Europe as? The bottomless pit, man. Right?
Yeah.
It's not a profitable place.
Yeah.
Realistically.
But by comparison to the world,
That's right.
because if you look, it's true. When you actually like, you read that scripture, but just try and visualize the world map, and just let's say you just take Europe, right? You take here, obviously, because there's some resources in Europe, but it's not on the level of the rest of the earth, right?
But you have to ask yourself, why is it we import everything?
Exactly.
Everything we buy something, it's always from somewhere else.
Exactly.
I never seen grown in Europe. I never seen
exactly.
Grown in England. It's very rare shit.
Yeah. And then if you carve out the earth, right? So you go South America, North America, resources, Canada, resources. You go North Africa, South Africa, the whole of Africa, resources. You go the Middle East, China. Everywhere has resources. Even Australia.
Yeah.
But by comparison to like mainland Europe here, there's nothing really.
There's nothing really.
There's very few things you'll see made.
There's very few,
or anything like that. Eggs and shit.
The only thing here, man, you got is beetroots and fucking radishes, potatoes, baked beans.
But if you want a fruit, guess what?
Yeah.
Even your apples that we're supposed to do, like apples is that thing or whatever. bro, most likely he's from Spain or some shit. Or
Yeah.
whatever. It's not from here. Some other part. You know what I mean? Some other part in Europe. Some in UK is dead.
Yeah.
You know?
I ask, yeah, it's a robot, isn't it? What I say. I mean, I ask you, which continent is most resourceful in the world? The number one continent that they list is Africa.
Yeah, you see?
You know,
Which-
it's full in gold and the
Yeah.
minerals.
So once again, right?
Fertile crescent.
To basically put that idea of Esau subjugating nations to allow easy access to their resources. Look at France is a perfect example, right? Because France's electricity is very cheap because of they were basically stealing. I forget which country it is. Niger, Niger, one of them.
It's them.
Yeah, basically Niger has a lot of natural uranium, a lot of uranium which was used for which France was basically saying. I don't exactly remember the exact numbers, but let's say on the open market it's $200 a kilo, whatever. Throw numbers out there. France was maybe getting it for like 10 or 20. So basically, they were being able to take a massive discount to run their country. Yet that basically then means that country, Niger, isn't able to sell it at market rate, at a decent price to build themselves up. So once again, Esau needs these countries poor to fulfill two agendas. One is to keep himself rich, and yeah, we're not Hamites, but he paints us all as black. So then you can get these Baconites say, "Oh, show me a black country that's prospered." Nigga, please.
And then, to be fair, we're not Hamites, right? But even them,
Definitely not Hamite.
right. But even them doing a deal like that undermines everybody else.
Mhm.
Undermines other foreign nations.
Yeah.
You know, because now they got even more money now to go and do something else to somebody else, right? So these deals are bad for the rest of us, man, because it only really benefits the elites. It always benefits the elites, you know.
Yeah. See, I mean, there isn't a single perfect answer because it depends on what kind of resource we are talking about.
Well, I hate when chat does that.
Chat does that, yeah. But bro, let's just do simple import export. Who exports the most? From where? Who imports most? So who's taking in most of the goods and where most of the goods are coming from? And that's where you get your damn answer, man.
That's it. There's a reason China's making sure that they're getting as much of those deals in Africa as possible.
And you know what? I say from, witnessing certain things. But most of these African countries, don't get me wrong, the Chinese are better deals. Are demons too. But like at least it's a better deal in regards to, you know what? Let's just fix up this whole city and build a couple roads because we're taking shit from here.
Exactly.
So we might as well build something.
They don't want to be stuck in traffic too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, that pothole traffic,
Yeah.
man. Yo.
Well, shit, so that's why that Anthony Joshua shit. If Nigeria had better China, you never know. Those two guys would still be walking around with heads.
The worst thing about it is
I'm
it's not easy. It's not exactly hard to undercut America and their deals.
Yeah, it's not
Because
hard.
America don't give you good deals.
That's a good point.
So China don't really have to do that much.
Yeah,
We'll throw in this. And that's about it. That's what we do.
We won't commit genocide.
So
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
So it's not hard to undercut because that's what these Chinese do anyway. They always undercut you on the market and everything. So everything's cheaper, everything's this and that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it work better, sometimes it don't.
Yeah,
work better.
yeah.
It just depends. But that's what they be doing.
Yeah, because a lot of these nations are like, you know what? Like, either way, either we're gonna take it and not give you nothing, or we can take it, we build a couple roads, and it's a mutual kind of benefit in some way. Esau, on the other hand, is just like, you know what? Let me just drain everything. And I'm gonna charge you interest.
I'm pretend I'm helping you.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend I'm helping you.
You get paycheck you ever seen in your fucking
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
But it's still fucking pittance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And twice a year, maybe Rick Ross or Lil Wayne will come and do a concert as payment. It's crazy, bro. Go ahead.
As it goes on to say, but overall, Africa is most often described as the most natural resource rich continent in the world.
Yeah, which
And that's natural in a way as well because
Yeah.
Africa's the largest continent on the planet.
Mhm, mhm.
You know, so obviously it's got more land,
Yeah.
more do more things.
Yeah.
But we know the Lord set up the Garden of Eden.
Exactly.
Right? That's really supposed to be the place,
Yeah.
the most nutrient,
Yeah.
dense kind of place, right?
Yeah.
The fertile crescent. But we know we got a bunch of fucking heathens
Yeah.
in the land, fucking it up.
Yeah.
So it ain't doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's why they got input ships too.
Yeah, because really the best land, like, is really the garden, Esau and Eden, man. The borders that I mentioned, which extends into the north part of Egypt. If you look at the borders, how it is, because really the promised land, they ain't even in the promised land, really. They're just in a little section of it.
Mhm.
Because that's why you have the greater
The Greater Israel Project.
Israel project of trying to
Get all of
extend,
that.
basically trying to artificial. Everything's artificial with this nigga, bro. They're trying to artificially engineer the promised land.
Round to the blessings.
Yeah, man.
God bless you.
Yeah, the kibbutz is what the Bible
Yeah,
mentioned.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes on to say Africa as an extraordinary concentration of natural resources.
Slakia. So first it says, well, it depends on what you're talking about. And then it says it has an extraordinary amount of natural resources.
Yeah.
Taking a piss. There was what you call on the Grand Tour, the last ever one. They went through Zimbabwe and they were basically making a joke about how you just go in there and you can just like pick up silver and gold and stuff like that. That is not too dissimilar from the actual truth.
No, it's,
You can just be digging your garden and you be like, oh
no, bro. Remember my mother, like, always talks about. There's a village in Ghana where when it rains, all the locals start looking at the ground because you might get gold nuggets and diamonds. And guess what? That place in particular, brother, a lot of the people are suffering because of Esau has ruined the water supply.
Yeah.
They use a lot of mercury and cyanide and certain minerals to help gold get filtered. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but and that's it. Esau then because was it Mercury? I think that if I remember correctly, that stunts mental
Yeah. Mental
faculties, and then if you see low IQ, that's what it will go say. But it's your companies, whether it's Nestle, which Nestle, that's a whole bunch of demons, man. Right? Whether it's Nestle or whoever going into these countries and ruining them, man. But that's what it says Isaiah 24:5. What would you call it? Yeah, but see, then so you bottled water, yeah.
Pure life. Why would you advertise that water as pure life?
Yeah.
Like, you don't get that shit over here in the UK.
Yeah.
Nothing's called that. Nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and even I'm sure it was BG, if I'm not mistaken. Who was it that said it many years ago? If my brother's no put in the comment board of that guy that said that, I believe it was from Nestle. Someone said, "Oh,
Well, yeah.
a
Human right.
a human right."
Yeah, I think it was the CEO of Nestle who's
Yeah.
now in a different position.
Yeah.
He's now head of the WEF or something like that. I think that guy.
Yeah,
see, I like the way Esau he twists things around because the Most High made everything for man to to have, right?
and it was good.
It was good, right?
It was good.
It was meat, things with meat and all this stuff for us, right? But these devils will turn around and say, "Well, nah, I don't believe in that." No, it's so corporate. It's not a right. Whatever we give you, but these men try to usurp the whole earth, man. And the design of it.
Yeah.
Lucifer.
Yeah, to the end that it's like, which you do get certain conditions where women can't breastfeed and that, but it's like then Nestle and them are pushing that whole formula milk and stuff like that, which ain't good for the child, man.
Yeah, it's
right?
horrible.
Especially the ones that are sold in the so-called third world. When you look at the sugar content in the one sold here, it's low, but in the third world, and you it's like ridiculous amounts of sugar. But Esau knows the food you eat as a child dictates your palate as you grow up.
Yeah, because I think even in certain research, I think they say it takes like 30 days to like reset your taste buds. Because you know what I mean. So that's why like a person that's really like addicted to sweets, Like if you go a period of time avoiding certain things, the first couple of weeks will be hard, but eventually you will get used to a different palate. You know. But, yeah, go ahead, bro.
So like, I think the gentleman that you're talking about, Pierre Brabeck,
Okay.
so the CEO of Nestle, made that quote.
What's the quote? Have you got the quote?
The most prominent quote associated with the view that water is not a basic human right comes from Pierre Brabeck,
Which is a demon.
chairman and CEO of Nestle.
You know what I mean? Like, so we are made up of water. You know, we came out of the damn waters, and you're saying water, that's one of the foundations of life, isn't a natural human right.
Yeah.
Like, this air is just a different type of water. You know what I mean? Water is everywhere, bro.
Can I?
Yep.
I was reading something quick.
Yep.
Surah 39 was there earlier, actually. Verse 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water.
See the first thing. That's the first one. So that's in direct contrast to the scriptures.
Well, it's like when we talk, when it comes to the whole thing about health, more time sleep and water.
It's real because like real water has
Nutrients,
has
minerals.
normally should have 84 of the essential minerals. You know what I mean? That's in there.
Yeah.
So that's why like a good way to like enrich your water is to add a little Celtic salt into your water. You know, because you know what I mean? Because remember, real water, as it should be, spring water, whatever, is come from the mountains, it's filtered into the rock, through sand. So it has a hard particles in it.
Yeah.
There's magnesium, potassium, calcium, sodium. You know what I mean? All of them like good metals.
Yeah. But you know who can afford water that has that inside already? Edomites.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
because would you call? I remember there was I was watching one documentary, and there was this restaurant in California where basically they had
Oh, yeah.
a water sommelier,
Yeah.
right? And basically it was like all the different types of water. And you have this one, it's from Spain, Vichy Catalan, Vichy Catalan, right? That shit's expensive as hell, man. You know, £2 a bottle and shit.
Yeah, because bro, like good quality water, man, you know it can taste a difference. Because real good water has certain metals and things in there.
Just gonna make it taste.
It is gonna make it different. Because remember, like when Esau came and found the natives and stuff, they would see like in some of the streams and valleys that would have water, you have silver and gold in there, which are natural water purifiers. You know what I mean? Like, what's some colloidal gold and silver in water with particles of silver or gold in there, which has health benefits.
Alex Jones said all that shit.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you know.
Light or silver drops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Make sure you're prepared.
Yeah.
You know, that's the globalists.
Yeah. But then if you see him, he's
Like
massively
nature.
overweight.
Yeah.
With fucking hypertension.
Because
Have you
fucking
seen
money,
him?
it's all that fucking
Yeah,
money, man.
you see him, he's bloated as shit. Bro, he's the definition of
Yeah,
bloated.
you got the heart attack and shit.
Good, bro.
Yeah. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt. Wheat of flour of wheat.
You see salts. Yeah. You see, because even that's a big part. Like you need salt. You know what I mean? Like salt, but salt you obviously don't need too much of it. But you need a small amount.
Yeah,
like even half a teaspoon of Celtic salt in water a day is really all you need. You know what I mean? But then what Esau does is that he makes it that there's lower qualities and brands of salt have like stripped out the fertile balance of the nutrient and mineral profile. So it's like you're getting too much of one mineral, which causes nutrient you know what I mean, imbalances. You know what I mean? You know, like copper is a big thing. Like copper works in tandem with zinc. You know what I mean? If you have too much copper, it strips away zinc. You know, and vice versa. It's balanced, man. Right?
It's flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing.
Yeah.
So all these things are basic and should be easily
Basic.
accessible, man.
Yep.
And this is why we was given like livestock we can make clothes from. You know, we can get milk from and all these different types of things.
Yeah.
Grapes, you know,
Grapes.
things you can grow. You know, these things are meant to be easy accessible, but
Yeah.
Esau makes them difficult. Honey, especially.
Yeah.
Honey is hella expensive for good actual honey.
Good.
For good honey is expensive, man. Not average person can afford that.
Yeah.
Is it?
You know?
It's full of magnesium as well.
Yeah. It's got bro. There's so many. There's another verse. Yeah. There's a lot, man. You know what I mean? And honey, and it's deep. You know what I mean? Like in terms of honey, it's because it says the wicked turn into
Yeah, I read it earlier today.
No, you know the part. There's all these things are good, but
Yeah, I read it earlier.
okay, kind
Go
of.
with that again.
Yeah, sorry.
Because I was in the chapter earlier.
Salah.
Yeah, verse 27 says, all these things are for good to the godly.
Yeah.
So to the sinners are they turned into evil.
Yeah, so all these things are turning into evil because of how Esau manages it. But even the point the brother was making, man, you know what I mean, on honey, there's a whole spectrum of honey.
Well, he's killing all the fucking bees too,
Killing
man.
all the bees.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So obviously honey's gonna go up in price.
Yeah.
But it's him though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
rarely see a bee these days.
Yeah.
I also say it's like back in the day. I don't know if you brothers remember it. But growing up, when we went to the park,
Yeah.
we had to know tips to keep the bees away.
Yeah.
Like you gotta put something sweet over there, and then it'll go over there. It
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
buzz around. Now it's like
Bro,
they ain't even there.
now sometimes when I'm wearing my high visibility shit, I just let the bee chill, man. I'm like, bro, hey man, been a long time, and the bees like, I'm catching hell. Bro. Paying these taxes, you know what I mean? Smoke a bee, smoke cigarettes and shit. That's how it is out here, bro.
But that's what Romans, right?
Yeah.
You know, the creature waited for the manifestation of the, you know, of the sons of the Most High.
Yeah. Because like even the point, you know what I mean, on honey, bro. Remember, they extract whatever components they need to from certain flowers to make honey. So there's a whole spectrum of honey.
Yep.
Like there's bees that just are on lavender, and that has an effect, bro. You can't say the Lord isn't real. There's certain types of honey that could actually make you high, like make you trip. Yeah, there's because it all depends on where the bees are.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like say they extract their nutrients from plants that keep you up and awake. You take that honey, it keep you up and awake. You extract it from a place where like it eats plants that makes you calm. It'll make you calm. Shit that heals your skin, and heals your skin. But it's all fucked up by who? By Esau. And the real expensive shit is pricey, man. Like real expensive honey, especially in this cold and food season. A little jar of it can be like 200 pounds. You know? So that's why when it finishes, man, you fucking scrape the shit. You then put it in the hot water to melt.
Yeah. Get every last drop.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then can we go back to Psalm 7:3? Like eventually. And we can get Revelation 18. But we're touching on Babylon, you know? Merchants. The merchants, how everyone become rich, but then it also is gonna lead to their like eventual judgment, bro. Because you know, go ahead.
So in Africa again, they say what? Africa has an extraordinary concentration of natural resources, including gold, diamond, platinum. Diamond, platinum, oil, natural gas.
Which these are all things required to run Esau's system.
Yeah.
Right? Because you may be looking at like, diamonds. Esau's made diamonds more precious than they really are, but actually diamonds have an important part in manufacturing.
Very important.
You know, it ain't just gold.
Yeah. Yeah. You have diamond tools, you know.
Yep.
The problem is they got too much diamonds, and so they need to sell it off as jewelry.
Yeah.
It goes on to say copper, cobalt.
Cobalt. Oh, cobalt. That's a big thing.
It's a phone.
These days.
Phones and if I'm not
cobalt and lithium.
Lithium, yeah.
these days.
Which called electric cars. I forget whether the cobalts are the motors or not.
Yeah,
You know,
like batteries,
yeah.
things that vibrate.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And some of these, once again, I don't know if any of these are, but some of these minerals are then what's referred to as rare earth minerals,
Mhm.
right? And they're not necessarily rare, as in there isn't a lot of them, but extracting them is really difficult, which makes them quote unquote rare. But then that also means what? You're polluting the land, right? Well, that's the main thing. You're polluting the land.
Bro, there's no way the Lord is gonna have the Lord and his angels, you know, those that are elect, make everything and it be hard to extract its uses. There has to be a more efficient way.
Or the extraction process is different to what Esau's got running on right now.
Bro, like there's been information on like certain companies, like gas companies, having there been leaks and whole villages died.
Yeah.
Cattle and shit. People is like 5,000 people in the villages, so they all sleep. No one's waking up, bro.
But those are the things that never, get put in the news and this and the other, right? Which is why ultimately we say, when we talk about quote unquote selling out, the easy topic is like the media industry, entertainment, and this, that, and the other. But a lot of these big businesses are you have to sell out to be in certain of these companies, because you have to sweep that shit. It gets swept under the rug.
Yeah,
no one speaks about it. A whole load of people die, and then it's just like that's the end of it.
And you think about this, right? In local newspapers, you might see someone's house got left the gas on and the house blew up, right? And that might make the paper. You imagine that now, because you got carbon monoxide alarms and stuff in the house and stuff, right? So you're meant to be concerned about these things, right? You're meant to be keeping an eye on these things. So imagine like Esau's, cracking the earth now in a village, near a village, and a whole lot of gas just comes out and kills the whole town off.
Yeah.
That doesn't make news, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's mad.
The local house makes the news, but a village that gets gets murked off, don't get in the news.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's the same thing is it's basically the same thing.
That's it.
Because
natural gas doesn't actually have a smell. That smell was added after the fact for that very reason. Because you imagine you would just be walking around, you got natural gas, and then boom, a fire happens. So they actually what we have in the house is an added scent.
Yeah, and bro, the power of the Lord made everything, efficient. Like even the fact that cow dung is fuel. Yeah. Imagine that. Yeah. Like even to its own, like its own poo can be used as fuel. But what does Esau say? Let's just murk the cows, bro.
Global warming.
Cow down on a farm chewing, getting shot. Like 50 Cent, like that's Esau for you, man. Yeah, bro. Let's read let's read Revelation 18 straight away. Yeah, let's go to that. Yeah.
Revelation 18, title is Babylon is fallen. Verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils.
If I could say, bro, we look forward to that, man. All the things that we've been talking about today, it's like, once again, you shouldn't have certain places that are just known as sex tourism destinations. That shouldn't be the case. Whether it's, they try to say Colombia, that's a place for that. They try to say, a lot of places in Southeast Asia is a place to go and do those things. That's not right. Right, but under Esau, you think in our kingdom there's just going to be places you go to perform those activities? No, right? But that's what happens when you have the Edomite in power, man. Right?
Yep. And even to add to that scripture, remember, the powerful point that the apostles made once, which was like the fact that it says it's fallen because there's another dimension's already happened. We're just waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for it to happen, and it's
like was it the multiverse thing?
Yeah.
It happened, bro.
Yeah, it's deep. Because remember, like the apostles went into that. in the Revelation 9 breakdown of showing in the Kaiser Wilhelm and the hairs woman. So he actually saw what was happening.
So
Yes, he just told him.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
God.
So
Can't show you something that didn't exist.
yeah, deep, man, spooky, man. Good.
And it says, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful
Because
bird.
when it's destroyed, that's what's going to be left, bro. Those creatures that can only sustain being in that environment. You know, those creatures that can sustain being in that environment, that's going to be an eternal testimony of what not to do. The scripture says the streets of it shall be a burning pitch, which is what? Molten liquid, i.e. the lake of fire, man. Babylon's going to be a lake.
And after a while, that place will just be a desert.
Yeah.
You know, and
It'll
that's
be
why
desert.
we know desert creatures are gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know, certain birds and certain insects and
Yeah,
whatever,
cockroach.
man.
And it's deep because it's automatically going to help purify the air. You know what I mean? All that smoke. You know what I mean? It's gonna be beautiful, man. You know?
Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of their fornication.
Yeah, man. They've been influenced by the fucking ideology and they basically made everyone hoes, man. Everywhere you go, man, is a hoe.
Yeah.
Because of Babylon, bro.
Yeah.
Americanization.
Americanization
Yeah.
is the same thing, and the same thing happened in Rome.
Well, it's the wine of corruption, isn't it? You know, Esau is
Hellenization,
creating
same thing.
greater corruption on the earth.
Yeah.
'Cause even when Alexander and his four generals took power, right? Evils were increased, wickedness
Evils were
increased,
increased.
right? So even now with Esau in power, he's creating more wickedness by corrupting all these other nations more and more.
Yeah.
You know, not that these nations were righteous and pure anyway, but more.
Yeah, they're like, yo,
more.
they were like, we were demons, but this American shit. You know, which is why you get certain of these nations around the world.
Yeah.
Like I know for instance China's banned a load of different type of media that was basically influenced by the West. So like for instance this idea of a rich CEO basically just finding a thing and then marrying a thing. They're like, look man, be realistic. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's so they can't make programs like that anymore. You know, in Malaysia, I think it was in Malaysia, one of them was like, all right, cool, we're rich now, right? But we're not a country that flaunts wealth. So don't be flaunting your Rolls Royces out here like that. You know?
Like, bro,
Be humble.
Yeah, be humble there.
because like in life, just naturally, you know, certain people get more privileges in life. Innit? Like for example, a lady that is very beautiful, like the bitch can be broke, but she pretty. She just sits at a different table. Things happen, but that can be localized, man.
Even the ugly bitches trying to flaunt it.
Yes, yeah, but it's like a bitch can be bad in Fiji,
Yeah.
but a bitch that's bad in Fiji automatically wants to become an American bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drake will fly her out.
We'll fly her out. Dirty nigga, man. Give the bitch to yourself, bitch ass.
Really,
You know what I'm saying? But it's for real though. It's like a bitch in this world can't just be nice. As soon as she comes nice, she has to model herself as a Babylonian bitch.
As a whole.
As a whole. It even says that on Moab. That thy daughters has become like her.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're in some of these lands, man, you actually get to see the fucking influence. They're like, this is a carbon copy of the worst of Western civilization.
There's places in this world you wouldn't think some of that would
Yeah, you're
work,
like, damn.
but somehow the infiltration has got in there.
Is it?
You know, I think especially like these Muslim nations.
Yeah.
It's so staunch, right?
Yeah,
So staunch. But this Western philosophy has gotten to them, man.
Perfect example. You know, the first transgender surgery was in America.
Mhm.
Iran is number 3 on the list of.
No, you can't say Iran, brother. The Islamic Republic.
Yeah. The Islamic
Republic of Iran.
is 3rd on the list of transgender surgery.
How?
Sway.
Yeah, but that's the reason why I always wanted to stress that they call themselves the Islamic Republic of Iran, yet they're doing that in their country.
Exactly.
But these are the same people that do the Bachelor Boys. So
But it's just a testimony to the influence that America, the West, has had on all nations. Because even these storage nations that don't meant to be about that sort of stuff, they're about it in some form or manner.
Yeah.
Which is a corruption of even their own values. You know, but that's how strong the wine is. You know, make man stagger and fall. You know, back in Revelation.
Yeah, it even says this, which shows you that AI is wine, bro. Hear how it was this, yeah? It says Iran ranks the second in the world for the highest number of gender affirming surgeries performed, trailing only in Thailand. But it says gender affirming, not transgender. Because gender affirming is like you're just trying to confirm what you are. But the question I asked chat was, where does it rank in the world for transgender surgery?
yeah,
And it says gender affirming.
yeah. But one thing, chat's
Chat's
a feminist, man. I've caught chat being a feminist once before.
Feminist bitch.
Because yeah, for real. No, I remember asking the chat. I was like, "Why is it men? It's a phenomenon, right? Why is it men normally die soon after their wives, innit?" And it was coming on some feminist BS, like, "Oh, because men that whole notion that men can't take care of themselves without women, right?" That's something. So I was like, "But wait."
Wow.
But I was like, but wait there. So why is it we observe the same thing with aristocracy? Oh, well, yeah, that's a good point. I was like, because aristocracy, bro, you think an aristocrat was doing things for themselves? No, they had servants and maids and this, that, and the other. But yet the same thing is observed. And then it basically had to like, you know, it was cut, innit?
Well, we stay alive from sheer willpower, bro. We've got no family or nothing to protect no more. It's like, fuck, our job's done, man.
Exactly.
Fuck this place. I'm tired as fuck. You know what I mean? Because you run on empty half the fucking time. You know, when you're worn out, bro. So what's the point of living? You just fucked up and you know, the woman's not even around no more. It's like, dude, fuck this shit, man. You got to go, isn't it?
Yeah, would you call no one?
I'm not rich to stay alive, bro. I'm not rich to enjoy shit. I was like, fuck this, man.
No one to keep you warm, innit? Because that's what they said to King David. It was like, look, man, let's get a young maiden to keep him warm and that.
Your whole purpose of living has disappeared now. Your family's, you know, your kids grow up and you know whatever, got their own family. Your woman's going now, you're lonely. So what the fuck? What's the point?
Exactly.
So yeah, unless you're rich, you can go fucking Thailand. You know, get some tits in your face. Yeah. You know what's the point, isn't it? So it's more a psychological thing than anything else.
Yes, sir. But once again, it's like we live in a world where you'd be scared to go and pull a chick in them countries. Like, that ain't right. That ain't right. You know, you're like, oh shit.
Man,
bare double guessing and shit.
checking everything, bro.
Exactly.
Here we go. Yeah.
So we'll go to Ezra 15 and I'm starting from 5. You say, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Right, so pollution. Esau promotes pollution, and more than just spiritually. Everything to do with his pollution. Yep.
And their artful works are fulfilled.
Right. So, like I say, Esau is doing the work of Satan, right, to corrupt as many people as he can, to have everyone all turn against the Most High and do all his madness. That's his MO, right? And his hurtful works are fulfilled, right? We're coming to the end of his rulership, right? But before he can get to the end, he's got to get the world to take the MOTP, and this is why it's a major piece of prophecy that we're all waiting for. And with the ramping up of the AI and all these other visual ID systems and all this kind of shit, we're expecting to see it real soon, man.
Yeah.
Bro, look at what they just posted. Like, they actually got a video, a picture on Sky News.
We AI.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, did it?
It doesn't even look real.
Got to bottle the water.
Yeah, it says
Looking after him.
Yeah, it says Trump shares picture of Maduro in captivity.
Man wearing shades.
Why it's probably to fuck up his senses. But that looks like some chat GPT shit.
Could be, bro. I mean, not just on shit.
But let's say for all intents and purposes, it's real. Because that's on BBC News as well. It's a BBC guy.
So it's incredible.
Because when I see it, I said, this is just like some chat GPT shit. But that's a gangsterism right there.
It's Gaddafi with Maduro's head.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. It could be anything, you know, whatever. But
Imagine that.
yeah, we got you, niggas.
Yeah. Basically, you're holding him for ransom.
Yeah, took him out of his royal garms, put him in a trackie.
Yeah. Don't tell me he's wearing a night tech.
It
He's wearing
looks
a night tech. He's got him in a night tech. He got him in a night tech. Oh, that's crazy.
they're taking the piss, blood.
Got him in a night tech, bro.
I don't know.
Oh, man, kidnap your president, put him in a night tech. That's gangster.
But these times, he's probably was sleeping in some Burberry or some Chanel, some shit, man.
Yeah.
That's mad for it too.
Yeah,
No, you got. I was just gonna say, man. Again, you know, Esau, like I say, he's running out of time, so he's ramping up his thing. Like we don't know what to believe. You know, things he posts in the news and that kind of stuff. We don't know. You know, we can always speculate in it, but at the end of the day, Esau's gonna do everything he can to fulfill this agenda.
Yes, sir.
You know.
And but once again, it's like that isn't proof of life. You know what I'm saying? That's not that's a
Shit,
picture.
they could have got that shit out of Madden 2 swords, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? This is how mad it could be. Like, you don't really know.
Got him in a night tech. Oh, man.
You know, it's some mannequin thing.
Yeah,
Who knows, man?
To be honest, man, I don't even look real.
You know, the Venezuelan government asked for proof of life. The video, look, man, you know, it's me.
Yeah, give me a video or something. Even though,
With the AI.
Yeah, man, I was watching that crazy shit last night, man. I was thinking, right, it's actually too bad.
Bro, what'd you call it? I remember what'd you call it. So there's a saying one of my old colleagues had in it, right? So I put that just one time. I was pissed off with work, so I put it into the robot. I put it into Chat GPT. I said generate an image of this saying, right? And I was like, you know what? Let me take the picture that Chat GPT generated and let me get the Google AI to make a video of it. Yo, it was. Bro, I'll show you afterwards, bro. It's witchcraft. It's witchcraft. It's a point you wouldn't. Yeah, there's certain things with the current consumer tech where you're able to be like, something doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Because there are things where with your eye, that's why they, for instance, they say nose jobs are actually quite hard to do because your eye can pick up a slight variation when the nose job ain't done right, which you shouldn't be getting. Well, you get the point, right? That's one of the things that they say, right? So your eye can pick up certain things in the current consumer models where something's not right. The air didn't move quite right, the bird didn't fly quite right, but you're not able to maybe fully pick up on it. But the stuff that they have, that the military has, just know.
Super duper, bro.
Just
Start
know.
using it, yeah.
Bro, they made 50 Cent songs into soul music, man.
No, man. It actually bangs. It's mad, man. You know, I was watching this other videos here, Eminem and Linkin Park collaboration. I don't even know if it's real. I haven't confirmed it yet. But I'm like, bro, when did this happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, but it sounds good. It sounds like it could have been. I'm like, bro, no, it's just a thing now. You know, so but Esau is not the king of lies for no reason. You know, the king of deception, right? It's gonna be very, very hard to believe anything, you know, these days, man. This is why we got to stick to the truth, man.
Yeah. And be steadfast in our own. Because one of the things I say is, look, in the time that we're in now, Eliezer eats the pork. In the times that we're in now.
You ask these fucking, you know, Genesis dudes or anyone like that, they'll be eating a pork all day long. Bro.
Yeah.
I mean, even just to make it look like, you know, they'll do that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He will make it look like Eliezer. He like they back in the day they had to go up to Eliezer and be like, "Yo,
Just so that.
pretend." Now with the AI, they can make it look like any one of us took the chip, man.
Which is why it says, though an angel.
Yeah.
Not. You know what I mean? So, you know, don't even be surprised if he tries to make certain brothers on camera look like they're doing something. But if you know the principles of the gospel, then you know that's bullshit.
That's it.
Yeah.
No, that's bullshit.
Like this truth has to come before everything, man. But the reality is gonna be so fucking fucked up for us. You know, the only thing we can be sure of is the scriptures. You know, and hold fast to that until the end. You know, no matter what you're facing, whatever you've been accused of, or whatever your family's accusing you of, or whatever the case, you know, whatever it is, You know, just know that, man, this is just the time of our trouble that we have to go through to, part of our tribulation to enter into the kingdom. Right? We all know this day was going to come, and it's getting closer.
Mhm.
You know, he's still going to be doing everything, throwing everything at us.
Mhm.
You know, to try and fuck us over, man.
Got a piece up on that? Okay, sure. This is Matthew 10 and 16, and it reads, a hard road before them. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake.
Yeah, see, look, we got you on camera. You doing this.
Yeah.
You know, we got the footage of you did this.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like it was a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm indoors, man. You know, whatever it is, man. Like, but these things are gonna be used as evidences, man. And it's gonna be very hard to distinguish whether or not like it's fake or it's real. You know, especially you got a jury there that, you know, if the jury's even there, fuck knows. Like,
What would they change the
yeah,
rules out?
yeah,
innit?
that's what I'm saying. So, you know, they'll just confirm, no, that was you. See, you match the facial things that he matches, you know, the ID said it was you. I was like, well, what can I say?
Yeah, but luckily, you know, Lord may have it whereby someone clocks, but I've got 6 fingers though.
Hey, but you know, he's saying it made that way. He might, I don't know. But like, you know, and there's nothing.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to just like steadfast.
Yeah, and in that situation, there might not be a defense because we can say, "Oh, it wasn't us," but we can't prove it.
Yeah.
But then also it's like what we saw with the CV is when people are out for blood, the truth don't matter.
Yeah, the truth don't matter. Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But I say you ain't gonna be able to defend yourself, and so therefore you're gonna get thrown in jail. Like it says, you say you should cast some of you into prison.
Yeah.
For what though? We haven't done anything.
Yeah.
You know, because it's the same thing with the Nero accusing or blaming the fires on the Christians, Israelites and that. Well, it might have been some Jews that did that maybe, but not the ones that you took.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that are preaching the gospel.
Yeah.
That's interfering with your kingdom.
Yeah.
Right? But you're gonna use that as an instance of see, it was them that did it.
Bro, there's film companies that make AI movies and do scenes that previously you would need high level CGI, but now they can use fucking AI.
And all that kind of shit.
And like here it is, you're watching a movie of a character. Oh man, this character is really good actor, man. No, this guy reminds me of the Caprio. These times it's an AI generated character based on a real person.
Yeah.
And he's mastered the shit.
There are 2 things that I saw. One was like it was one AI company just showcasing their tech. And basically they had like let's say it's you're maybe doing something, little dance or whatever, but then they stuck your head and then basically made it so it was having, let's say, Ronaldo do something that another person did and stuff like that, and it looked real.
Well, even what's that? The company they updated the AI like it's hyper realistic. I think it's like an off branch of Google or something.
Oh yeah, that's just one of the, because Google's got a lot of products.
Yeah.
I think you're talking about Veo.
Yes.
Veo 3.
Yes, where they even show the scene of where it's like he's by water. You know, like it's like basically it was a scene by like water or even a comedy club. Like there's shit they got where it's like you know comedy shows. It's like a comedy show where the guys on stage and interacting with the crowd. The whole shit was AI. Whole shit was AI. Where it looks like some shit you see on TikTok that's real.
Yeah, and another one that I saw, and this one got me because this one.
That's why I should call an accuser of our brethren.
Yeah, that's right. So this one, the one AI that I saw, it was basically about like translation, right?
Yeah.
So what they did is they, right now we're just speaking, but there's little things that with a British mouth, we make certain movements with our face and stuff like that. And then what they did is they translated it to Spanish or French. Which if you speak in a Spaniard or a French person speak, there's certain other things that they do with their mouth when they're speaking. So it's not like for instance, I can try and speak French, but there's certain native things I won't do. But this AI didn't just translate what was spoken. It translated the facial structures such that it looked like he was listening to a Spaniard speak, you know?
This is the book of Matthew, and it says from 24 and from 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
Mm.
But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is a Mashiach, or there, believe it not.
We've still got that whole Project Bluebeam type stuff going on, and they got the AI now, so you know as well they can be showing us anything,
Yeah.
you know. But we know what the scriptures say,
And
so these deceptions. It's like that guy Ebo Noah, right? He was talking about the Lord said he told me that he's gonna fuck the earth in 10 days or what the fuck it was.
Mercedes.
true.
Right? But like if you understand the scriptures, even in Genesis from the very first book,
Like,
it tells you the Lord's not going to fuck the earth again.
yeah, them Ghanaians don't read scripture.
But that's all it takes. It takes you just to read, right? Blessed he that readeth, right? To know that the Lord ain't gonna be in no fucking desert somewhere. He ain't gonna be in the fucking betting shop or whatever the case may be. You know how the Lord's coming back.
Yeah.
He's coming back with the angels and the chariots, man.
Yeah.
So if you don't see that, right, don't hear that. Don't listen to that person, man.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we fight the Lord. He's in his church over here.
Yeah.
He ain't there, man.
Bro, that same dude, literally, they use him to fucking introduce a rap concert. The same nigga that said he got the arc. That was AI. Ain't no Ghanaian got that much patience to build it down.
10 bolts. I don't know
Tell
what
me,
to do.
capping, bro.
Yeah. I was gonna say as well, people are gonna use the notion of AI to try and discredit the miracles when they start coming.
Yes.
You know, because
They're trying to control the narrative.
control the narrative. Yeah, because then what was that thing? Even basically, how doeth thee this? Is it basically spiritual or is it by basically the way of the devil?
Yeah.
Right, so that people are going to be asking a similar question in these days, being like, "Yo, nah, that's AI though. That ain't real." Which is why it's going to have to.
Magic.
And that's what they do. I mean, most of the time, if there's any, I mean, there's something going on out there in an event, they ask, I mean, what AI?
Yeah,
Like,
you can't
I
tell
mean,
if it's true or not.
Yeah.
They're doubting.
I
You know?
have a preset.
It's the same. We used to talk about it a lot when all the dynamo magicians and stuff like that doing all these mad tricks. It's like, how the fuck's he doing it? Because it's too real. It's too crazy.
Yeah.
But it could be just witchcraft, bro.
Yeah.
It could be a genuine illusion.
Yeah.
But it's already it's too mad.
Yeah.
It could be just witchcraft.
And you know, certain of them man are tapped in on the left hand side.
A precept. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there become a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed.
And that man is Esau.
Yeah.
He's been revealed to us, man. Yeah, the people starting to catch on.
The son of perdition, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God or is worshipped, so that he is the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, shewing himself he is the Most High. So he's got a God complex.
Yeah.
And there was a point that the priest in Dallas made a very good point. It was like,
There we go. Yeah, we're back.
All right.
Right.
So it says, to the point I was reading in Thessalonians 2:6, 2 Thessalonians 2:6. And now you know what withholdeth that he might be, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. So that was what's happening in Rome. Power. Only he who now letteth will let you be taken out of the way, which the Lord let taken out, which were in them days of that happening.
So really, those plans right
He's
now.
with him, yeah. He's
You know?
willing to do.
Not to the same end.
Shall that wicked be consumed with the spirit of his mouth, and shall the brightness of his coming. So that starts off with this word exposing him. He's been consumed by this word, you know, and then that's going to happen with the brightness of his coming through the chariots. even him who's coming is after the working of Satan with all power, signs, and lying wonders. And lying wonders is why I brought out that for that he's saying how they can use fucking AI to make shit look real. Like, because there's certain things that, like, even saw it sometimes. Yeah, certain White House speeches look just fake, bro. Green screen and shit. But not even it. Some of it look like straight up computerized. You know what I mean? And the thing is, you can make shit that's natural fake natural, if that makes sense. Like, for example, like, for example, if something's in the sky, you can be like, oh, that's a wonder. But you know, I mean, you can have something that looks real, like just a natural conversation of someone saying, yeah, I'm plotting this, plotting that. And then you be like, you see, he was caught on our hidden camera. And it's not even real.
Yeah.
And just have brothers on black sites, families all silenced to not counteract anything we're saying.
Shades on that.
Yeah, exactly. Wearing headphones and night techs.
Prison guard.
Yeah, so that means at that time, and everyone's gonna be, all brothers gonna be in night techs. You know, for real, but that's how it's gonna be, man.
Interesting choice of God they put him in.
Bro,
No orange, no nothing. Yeah.
Is that what he's wearing before he got picked
bro,
up?
he made the president a YN.
Yeah.
A YN, bro.
Maybe he was just lounging in it. And
Yeah.
he come nabbed him. But I'm like, if you're on not a notice kind of thing, I want to be. I don't know.
Night tech.
I don't know. It's weird, isn't it?
Shit, man. The price of night tech's gonna skyrocket.
Bro, no orange jumpsuit, nothing.
Yeah,
Night tech. Like what the man them wear.
Yeah.
That's on.
How night tech's gonna be the symbol of terrorism?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, man, it already is.
You're making ski masks.
Yeah, no. That's why. That's why. Smart. I said, but don't be wearing all night techs, man. For real. I was telling him this week, and now I see the president's in night tech. They're gonna get nabbed up too, man. I told my nephew, man, don't be wearing that shit, man. Well, not saying if you wear night techs, you're cutting off, but for me, it's paints a certain image.
If you live in that time of life, probably not to wear it.
Yeah, probably. You know what I mean?
He's that in it.
Crazy. But yeah, power, signs, and lying wonders, man.
You have more on your one. Yeah. Okay, we'll read that. Then we'll close up.
Moon's looking nice though.
My brother made a point that this is what happened in the first. You know, this
That's a good point. Yeah. Oh yeah. A double thing is actually happening tonight. I think it's like there's a meteorites as well. Yeah. And it's like the last super moon of the year or something like. Well, not of the year, but until the back end of the year. So the fact that all of these things, because I believe that Esau, you know, 27, that he basically these astrologers and shit like that, you know. So nothing is by coincidence with this man.
Signs of the time.
Hey, but it's like every year, man. Every beginning of the year, something happens. Right now, we've got this kidnapping.
Well, they kidnapped the whole president.
You know,
Mad.
last year was Suleiman. Was it last year?
the assassination of Suleiman Iran.
Sully, no, that was a few years back. That was a few years.
That was his first time.
Shit.
Suleiman.
Can't remember.
Yeah,
Did the
first,
car
yeah,
one,
yeah,
it's his
yeah,
first
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Something always seems to happen around.
There was there was like the Teslas blowing up outside Trump Hotel
Was that the beginning of
last year. Yeah, there was something else that happened beginning of last year. I forget though.
Oh yeah, read that.
Let me read it. Matthew 24 and 23. Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, lo, here is a Mashiach, or there, for there shall arise false prophets and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders.
As and wonders and witchcrafts.
In so much, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Right? The elect can't be deceived because we're clued up. You understand this? We know how the Lord's going to return.
Yep.
We're not going to be deceived by these lying wonders that Esau's going to be doing, and you know these people out here, right, with their false doctrines and shit. Yep.
Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as
Because what the fuck's he doing there? That's what we say. What the fuck's he doing there? Because that's not what we was told. You know. Go on.
wherefore, for as the lightning cometh out of the east, and it shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
He's gonna come in great power and great glory. That's going to say, man. The whole world's gonna see when he turns up. Okay, with the heavenly host. It's not going to be. You're not going to be, asking questions. You're gonna know, right? You're gonna feel it, right? He's not going to be in some hidden place. Right? He's gonna be there for the whole world to see, man. Right? And he ain't gonna be no fucking some leper, some so-called white man with long shaggy hair. Right? That's not who we're waiting for. That's not who's gonna turn up. Right? That was it on that, yeah? Yeah. All right. With that, we're gonna say Kahala Yahweh Shai. Again, double honors to the elders, the apostles, the G-men, Shalom, to the whole correct man.